very well be my last day in parkour civilization. If I want to save the world, I'll have to risk everything. I was the one who let the parkour villain escape, and if he gets his hands on the command blocks, he'll be able to destroy the world. So, plan A, I cannot let him get to the top of parkour civilization. But it was at that moment I realized my plan might have already been over. I was down at the noob level of parkour civilization, but no matter where I looked, I saw nothing. Every building that used to be here was just gone. I could tell by the holes in the ground that a neighborhood used to be here. This was the neighborhood where I grew up in, and it's all gone. I knew that this only meant one thing. The parkour villain has already made it to the top and is using the command blocks to reshape parkour civilization. Oh man, probably this is not good. Well, plan A is out the window. It's time to start thinking of a new one. It's crazy to think that my entire life started in this temple. If I had never failed this one block jump at the beginning, I don't think I would have become the parkour champion that I am today. I might have just lived my life as a parkour pro, comfortable and happy. But where would be the fun in that? At least now I get a near-death experience every 5 minutes and credit for saving the world. Hopefully twice if I pull this one off. I made it up to the pro level of parkour civilization. I looked around and nothing seemed different, except for the fact that, well, the statue didn't have my head anymore. Alright, I'm gonna guess that was a personal design choice by the parkour villain himself. Just like the noob layer, everything I remember from the pro layer was gone. Except this layer was different, and now there were buildings that I've never seen before. This is the spot where all of the pro houses should be, but now there's just one platform with parkour jumps on it. And not only that, the parkour jumps are identical to each other. This wasn't just a fight, this was a parkour race. I thought back to what the parkour villain said. He said that he wanted to enlighten the world with his new form of parkour. If I had to guess, I would say he did just that. All of the buildings surrounding the platform looked like prisons, but after checking every one of them, there was no one inside of them. No one was here. I couldn't help but think of two terrible ideas of what happened. Either one, the parkour villain wiped out every pro by himself, or two, he made the parkour pros fight each other. No matter what happened, the fact remains that the prison cells are empty, so that leaves me to believe that the pros are gone. But that doesn't mean that the parkour masters are. If the outcomes I believe happened were true, it makes sense. The parkour pros wouldn't stand a chance against the parkour villain, but the parkour masters know how to fight, and if they can fight, maybe there's a chance that they've been able to stay alive. I made it up to the master level of civilization. Only one more layer and bro, really? My statue got destroyed again? Oh, wow. Alright, once I get my hands back on the command blocks, I gotta build like 50 of those. Even though I was on the master level of civilization, everything looked exactly the same as the layer below. The entire parkour city I worked so hard to make was completely wiped out, and once again replaced with a platform that had parkour race courses on it. I looked around but didn't see anybody, but that's when I realized that these prisons were different than the layer below. All of these prison cells still had doors on them. The masters might still be alive.
You just don't know when to give up, do you?
Standing directly behind me was the parkour villain himself.
I can only imagine you escaped with the help of the parkour god. That is quite unfortunate.
I wasn't expecting the fight to get here so soon, but here it was. It's time to risk everything to save parkour civilization. Alright, let's parkour race. This course right here.
I'm afraid not.
Wait, what? Why not? So now you're too scared to fight? What happened to all the stuff you were saying about willing to risk everything? Sounds to me like you think you're gonna lose.
You of all people should know that course is below people like you and I. If I were to race you, the course would be terrifying. But I'm not going to. I'm just going to use the command blocks to wipe you out for good. You can try to stop me, but it looks like your hands are full.
The parkour villain
wasn't
Wait,
why did he come all the way down just to say that? Why didn't he just do it? Just think, Dougie.
Gonna fight me. He was just gonna wipe me out with the command blocks. What did he mean when he said it looks like my hands are full? But at that moment, I heard something, and I looked over at one of the prison cells. One of the doors had opened, and standing in the doorway was a parkour master. He started jumping towards me. Hey, what's going on? Are you alright? What happened to all the other parkour masters? Are they still alive?
I'm sorry, Evbo, but the new champion has ordered me to race you in this parkour course.
He ordered you to race me? Why would you do that?
If I don't, he'll race me himself, and I don't want to end up like the others.
Then don't, okay? Look, as soon as you challenge me to a parkour race, one of us will die, and you're not gonna beat me, so why don't you just give me time to defeat the parkour villain, and then we'll all be okay. Just don't challenge me and trust.
That makes sense to me, if I'm being entirely real. Like, I still like the main character, like the protagonist still sucks, But like, yeah, that makes sense to me. He drives a hard bargain, right? It's either I race you now and then I lose and I die, or I wait and you go fight him, and if you lose, he comes back and races me and I die anyway. But if you win, I live. Right? The only scenario where this guy lives is if he lets the main character go, beat the bad guy, and then nobody comes and challenges him. You know? I love how their names and identities are completely based on what the character does in the story, like SEAN-A-THON does. Protagonist even have a name? Yeah, the protagonist's name is Evbo. It's this guy. You know? Have we heard the "World I Like You and Me" speech yet? No, we haven't gotten to that trope yet, unfortunately. There's only Evbo and CY. Everyone else has a name. No, there are a few other people who have names, right? From the first one, and they're all dead. I love that his friend is just called my friend.
Me, I can do this.
I'm sorry, Evbo, but racing you seems like my best option to stay alive.
Yeah,
I
thank
challenge
you.
you to a parkour race.
And just like that, after those words were said, I could do nothing. Both of us were locked into a parkour race, meaning once one of us finishes the course, the other one will die, no matter what. This is exactly what the parkour villain wanted. He introduced this illegal form of parkour, and now he gets to watch and laugh as I fight to the death with the people that I'm trying to save. The worst part is that the parkour villain knows that these parkour masters are no match for me. All he wants is to watch me suffer as I eliminate my friends. After doing the last 2 Neo jumps, I knew the parkour race was over. Part of me wanted to just stop right here before the last jump and let the parkour master win, but I knew I couldn't. If I ended my journey right here, then no one would be able to stop the parkour villain, and many more lives would be lost. After I made the final jump of the parkour race, the parkour master was gone, and the fight was over. But the fight against the parkour villain hadn't even begun. If I don't get to the top of parkour
he's making me race my friends, but also his friend is just, and parkour villain number 1, I'm sorry, and parkour master number 1, and parkour master number 2, and then parkour master number 3 came out, assisted by parkour master number 4. He's like, no, my friends. Like, you don't even know their names. You don't even know their names, bro.
Civilization quickly enough, the villain will use the command blocks to delete me from this world, and I'll have no chance to save these people, which means there's no time to waste. The last time I saved the world, I actually had a plan, but now I have no plan, no blocks to fight with, and I just realized I have no way up to the top. Oh, I'm so done for. I didn't even realize that my champion boots were gone, and only the parkour champion can see the path up to the top. But that doesn't mean it's not here. Oh no, I have a really bad idea. Okay, I'm 99% sure this is where the first jump starts. If I get this wrong, well, it was a good life. I jumped into the air expecting to be falling, but I wasn't. The path to the top of parkour civilization was here. I just couldn't see it without my champion boots on. If this idea didn't work, saving the world would have been impossible. But now, it's just slightly less impossible. Oh man, I have to do so many invisible jumps. Oh, this is not gonna be easy. Only thing I could do was rely on my memory of the parkour course up to the top. Luckily, I've made this journey numerous times over the course of my life, but still, jumping on invisible blocks is very much not preferred. Only a few more jumps and I was inside the parkour temple. But with how long this journey's been taking, I feel like I could be deleted in any second. After all, the parkour villain does specialize in racing. I made the final jump and I was inside the parkour temple. With no sign of the parkour villain, I can only assume he made it to the top, which means this could be the end for me. Well, if I randomly disappear, I guess I get to add an invisible parkour course to my list of accomplishments. But I wasn't gone yet. I scaled the temple until I was at the very top. He must be on the command blocks, right? There's no way he... Wait, what is that? On the other side of the parkour temple, there was some structure built, and the parkour villain was waiting for me. So, I take it there's a reason I'm still alive? What, did you want to get one last supervillain monologue before you use the command blocks to wipe me out?
I was never going to defeat you like that. I just needed you to follow me. Now, you will experience the true pain of a parkour race.
I now realized what the structure in front of me was. It was a parkour race, and it would be my last chance to save parkour civilization. Some part of me was relieved because
A right click will end it all. A simple right click would end it all. Just a little slap. Knock him into the void.
Because if I was gonna be deleted by the command
click or
blocks,
true?
well,
Oh,
I had no
wait.
plan to stop.
This is a weird thing that I do. I switch my Minecraft inputs. I've done it for the last 12 years of my life. Every time I start in the Minecraft world, I go into the settings and I switch my inputs. My left click becomes my right click, my right click becomes left. I'm not even joking, by the way. I'm not joking. This is a thing that I've done for the last like over a decade of my life. Why? Because when I was 12 years old and I first played Minecraft, it made more sense to me, right? For the left click to be, I think, place, and right click to be break. And I did it, and then I just kept doing it. It just made more sense to me. I was like, why is it not like this? And now it's muscle memories. Now I literally can't change it if I wanted to. So I know it's a me thing. I know it's completely a me thing. I know it's a thing that most people just never do. You switch back and forth because you couldn't make up your mind, and then switching becomes a habit itself. It's not even that not even in that way. It's just like when I was on a small little laptop, I was playing Minecraft when I was 12 years old on a browser, or in like the library, right? It would be like left click for I think left click was place, and right click was break. And I was like, that makes sense. And then but the other way, it was the other way around before, and I was like, that doesn't make sense. I don't know why. Don't ask me why. Right? That's just what I did when I was like 12. At this point, like 13 years ago. So now that's just what I do now. You know what I mean? So I'm pretty sure my right click is break and my left click is place, which is how it should be in my mind. So whenever I like play Minecraft on a new client and like right click is place and like that doesn't make sense. And left click is break, that doesn't make sense. Right? It doesn't make sense. It does not make sense to me. That's just the case. Like, I'm just saying thank you.
That, but now
You
the
mean
course
speedrun I'm not even joking. People speedrun Minesweeper. I'm bad at Minesweeper, so
of action is simple: win the parkour race.
This is without a doubt the most difficult race in parkour history. I want you to feel the sense of dread as you watch me get closer and closer to the finish line, knowing no matter how hard you try, you will never catch up to me. I commend you for making it this far, but I cannot entertain this any longer. Let's begin.
This was
as they begin, I will begin to go and get myself a soda to drink. Sodies.
I live like a capitalist every single day, Shank. I live as a capitalist, okay? I live when I believe.
Dolph the God just subscribed. WSG Yul SDABYO.
I also made a sandwich. Ugh. I'm like Ninja and his brawless wife. Was it unasked for? I didn't ask myself for it, so if you just think about it, yes, it was unasked for. Completely unasked for, by the way. Ninja's kind of silly. What a silly man. Flavor sandwich. Ham, turkey, and Swiss. With mayo and Dijon mustard.
The hardest parkour race in history, against one of the most fearsome parkour fighters of all time. There's nothing to save me now. Miss one jump and it's over. Make the jump slower than the parkour villain and I die. Meaning I can't hold anything back in this fight. Maybe I'm not good enough to beat the parkour villain, but someone once told me that as long as you can parkour, there is always a way. The parkour race had begun. I did the first 3 jumps without stopping, but the parkour villain had matched my speed. This race was only gonna get more difficult, and the only way I could get a lead on the parkour villain is by doing the most difficult jumps with virtually no stopping. I barely stayed on after the ice block jump, and now it was time for a chain neo, which the parkour villain did effortlessly. I made the chain neo myself and made the drop down to the ladder.
All I can think about with this is how it took me like 45 minutes to do a single neo jump. Yeah, no, I would just jump to the void. I would jump immediately to the void. Thank you, Gothmoth.
It was time to speed things up. I made a 4.5 block jump into a 6.5 block jump onto a candle. Now was my time to take the lead. I quickly made the 2 block neo jump and immediately went onto the glass jumps. The parkour villain told me I lost the battle with him before because of my inability to risk everything I had. But right now, in this battle, I wasn't holding anything back. I stopped at a difficult neo jump. I needed momentum for this. I looked back and I had a sizable lead against the parkour villain. I could do this. I went backwards 1 jump and used the momentum to make the 3 block neo jump. This was my time. This was my... And that's when my heart dropped. The feeling of hope I had in this battle came and went in seconds. My side of the parkour battle wasn't finished, and the end to the race was just a few jumps away. I was set up from the beginning. The parkour villain never intended on me finishing this race. He got what he wanted, and that was to make me suffer. All I could do from this point on was watch as my life slowly came to an end. This was how I was gonna go out. In a few jumps, the parkour villain would make it to the platform, and my life would cease to exist. To be honest, with With everything that's happened in my life, I didn't think I would make it this far. With every battle and every parkour course I've had to do, I always thought that a jump would be my last. And you know what? I've made some pretty impossible jumps, which is why I'm not gonna leave parkour civilization by just standing still. I'm gonna end this journey with one final jump.
The parkour god's gonna save him.
So, this is what the end feels like. Wow, feels weird. It feels like I'm still alive. No, but I'm probably dead, right? Yeah, I'm definitely dead. I mean, I jumped into the void. How would I not be dead?
You are very much still alive.
I told you. I called it. Peace out now. Thank you for the raid. I hope you had a good stream. Welcome in, Raiders. We're watching Minecraft parkour civilization. And it was my birthday yesterday. Follows will increase the number. Follows actually should increase the number. I turned it off. There's no more increase. Because we're already over 36 hours technically since I first started. So we're going to finish out the last 2 hours and then I'm going to go to sleep. Well, follow doesn't increase my follower number though, technically. It's 1 3 hours. As it should have, honestly. Yeah, I hope the stream was good. Y'all, thank you for the prime, by the way. Much appreciated. Thank you for all the love. As you can tell, I'm very tired. I did a 15-hour stream yesterday. We're 12 hours into today.
I was about to go get the Henny.
And I'm waiting for the 5 gifted subs. Ugh. Man, that's rough. It's someone's birthday today. Technically, it was yesterday. But, you know, what is 2-day celebrations, you know? You need some cake? I made a cake. That's what we did this morning. We made a cake on stream.
In that moment, I heard a voice that I've heard one time in my life before. It was the voice of the parkour god.
All right, I see a cookie.
Did you say I'm alive? Wait, how
making.
is that
Oh,
even
that'd be-
possible?
Why did you jump?
Why did I jump?
You knew there was no block to land on, yet you jumped anyways.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I had no options, and didn't you hear my inner monologue? I kind of wanted that to be my last jump in parkour civilization.
That's not it. You were prepared to sacrifice your life for parkour civilization. And perhaps I should do the same.
I'm sorry, Mr. Parkour God, but if I'm still alive, does that mean there's still a way I can go back and save the world?
You may leave anytime you want. Just fail a jump and you can go back.
I can go back and save everyone. Thank you, Parkour God. I promise I won't waste this chance.
So eager to leave already? I guess my golly words are of no value to you.
No, that's not it. Sorry, I thought you were done. Please continue.
Throughout my life, I have never bothered to interfere with the events of parkour civilization. I was afraid of what might happen if I were to introduce my power to the world.
Wait, but you gave me the champion boots last time I needed to save the world. Didn't you interfere then?
I was merely a messenger. The old man wanted his boots to go to you, and all I did was merely
Gave me the champ
of what might happen if I were to
I had to check and make sure that it was actually just the back of his head this entire time. You know what I mean? It was the back of his head. He turns
introduce
around.
my power to the world.
Wait, but you gave me the champion boots last time I needed to save the world. Didn't you interfere then?
I was merely a
Yeah,
messenger.
see? This is his face. I don't know if too many people have already mentioned it. Mentioned what? What's the rumor?
The old man wanted his boots to go to you, and all I did was deliver them.
So why tell me all of this? And why bring me here?
Because I have found my successor. You have convinced me that there are those in this world worthy of wielding my power, and you will continue my legacy by inheriting this power and passing it on to future.
Like right there, we fought wars over that stuff. You do not appreciate it when we do for your generation. Oh, the salt. Listen, we're not gonna talk about what happened to the salt. We're not gonna talk about what happened to the salt. The salt wasn't my fault. It's not my fault. Wasn't my fault. And it was rectified. I fixed it. What happened? Don't ask me about the salt. Please. Don't ask me about the salt. We do not talk about the salt. It wasn't my fault. It literally wasn't my fault. It quite literally wasn't my fault.
Future generations.
Whoa, okay, hold on. You said I will inherit your power? What power is that?
You will become parkour.
I'm sorry, did you just say become parkour? That doesn't make any sense.
I'm a godly figure that rarely shows up. I'm not supposed to make any sense.
And just like that, the parkour god
Self-awareness.
vanished into thin air. I'm gonna inherit the parkour god's power? What does this even mean? Okay, I guess now's not the time to think about it too much. All that matters now is that I can finish this race and save the world. From the beginning, I've always had to jump to survive. And well, I'm still jumping. Oh, how did I just do that? Did the parkour god just put the ladder here for me? Oh,
What is
I am
happening?
still alive. I'm still alive. How is this possible? Wait, netherite boots? No, I'm the one who made the ladder.
What? That's impossible.
No, it is definitely possible. Now, let's see how this works. All right, just places I go. This is what parkour should feel like. Okay, what do we have here? I think I can build all that. I can see the finish line. I'm not giving up now. Come on, just 5 more jumps. Let's do this. Oh, it's over. Oh my gosh, it's over. Oh, that one really came down to the wire. I
You
kind of
just
wish
did,
someone saw
like,
that
you just
360
increased the animation budget by tenfold.
at the end. That was kind of cool. Oh, my body is sore. My shoulder kind of hurts from that ladder clutch. Should it be hurting? I thought I'm the parkour god now. I feel like I shouldn't be able to feel pain. Can I even die? Should I test it out right now? No, that's a terrible idea. I should not test that out.
Man, why do the command blocks have to be a 4-block jump?
It's not that hard. Come on, you'll get used to it. Besides, you're the new parkour champion. You should be doing that in your sleep. All right, let's see how this attempt went. Nope, you still messed it up again. Okay, so this time you built barely half a house, and it's also like 50 blocks up in the air. That's fine, don't sweat it. Not everyone gets it on their first try.
I don't get it. I'm thinking of a house, and it's not building the house. Why are these things so hard to use?
Yeah, it's more of an imagination thing. I don't know, you just gotta think harder. I mean, I got it on my first try.
Yeah, of course you did, bro. So what are you gonna do now that the world doesn't need saving anymore? What are you supposed to do as the parkour god?
That's the thing. I don't
How many
have to
live
do
stream per
anything.
stream, like
If the
5
world
different
needs
times, I have to
saving,
play for hours here every time. Well, you know, it's my birthday. Technically. For 36 hour stream. Technically, the stream time will be 30 hours. But it will be in the span of 36 hours. So technically, all of my requirements will be fulfilled.
I'll be there to save it. But for now, I just want to parkour. I've
That's
been a
scam.
parkour
No, it's the 30
noob.
hour stream that I promised.
I've been a parkour pro.
For another
I've been a
6?
master.
I mean,
and
yeah,
I've been-
I can let the stream run for another 6 hours while I sleep. If you want that, you're gonna be watching a black screen while I sleep, just to hit the number of 6 hours. Nixie, hey, come here. God, oh, jeez Louise. Come here. Come here. All right. Don't make me come over there. Don't let me come over there. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, that's what I thought. Now you want to act like you Sit. Stop. Stop. Good.
I was about to go get
Flowering
the
D gifted a
Henny.
tier 1 sub to Percival Train. This is their first gift sub in the channel.
Flower, do you think for the gift of sub? Much appreciated. Ugh.
Been a parkour champion, and every one of those roles came with expectations about where I should go or what I should do. But now, the only one to decide those things for me is myself. So, all I'm gonna do is parkour, and if that leads me back to saving parkour civilization again, then so be it. From now on, the only path I'm following is my own. I make my own jumps.
Let's go. Time to swing your sword.
Interesting. Interesting. Honestly, hot take, I didn't really like the highly animated ending. I think the rest of it was pretty fun. It was pretty interesting. I would have rathered it was still in the style of like, you know, regular Minecraft, because it felt more grounded that way. Ugh. I think I should go with hyper realistic 4K cam. Yeah, should have made it live action, honestly. Yo! 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 She going crazy. Anyway, I liked it. I think it was a good way to spend 3 hours. And there's a PvP civilization as well that has piqued my interest after the parkour civilization. He has half a heart, half a hunger bar, and an almost dead wooden sword. We have 2 hours left. You know, and it's a 2 hour and 49 minute
Let's go.
collective movie. I'm down. I think it will actually keep me awake and pique my interest so that we can finally hit, what is it? It'll be 9 o'clock when we're finally done. And that would be a total of 30 streamed hours in the last 36 hours. I'm pretty sure. Let's watch it. Why not? I will give Parkour Civilization Part 1 an 8 out of 10. I will give Parkour Civilization Part 2 a 7.5 out of 10. I thought it was very good up until that last part. I think it escalated very quickly. You know what I mean? I've heard about you from YouTube. Happy B-Day. Gonna stick around. Really? From my YouTube? or from other people's YouTube. Regardless, welcome in. Oh, we don't usually watch Parkour Civilization. To be entirely fair, we're doing this for the 30 something hour stream. So we do not usually do well reacts. He's lying. This is our 34th watch. Yeah. Other people's. Oh, that's cool. Where'd you come from? Were they a hater? Did they hate me? You never know nowadays. Let's watch Fox News for 2 hours. Sure. No, we're not doing that. Not even as a joke. Let's continue.
Oh, time to swing your sword.
Time for my daily PvP check. Let's just get this over with.
You know how it goes. You owe me 1 PvP attack.
Here in PvP Civilization, your entire life is measured by the amount of hits you have left with your sword. If your sword breaks, well, it's game over.
Don't think I forgot. You weren't in your room yesterday. You still owe me 1 more PvP attack.
Bro, come on, are you serious? I can't afford that. I only have 3 attacks left with my sword. If I give you one, I won't even be able to close my door tonight.
Not my problem. You should have upgraded to a stone sword when you had the chance.
The PvP guard was right. I had a chance for a longer life, and I wasted it.
Alright, you're good. I would say see you tomorrow, but I doubt you'll be around. Good luck.
Like I said, the amount of PvP attacks you have is your life. And that also means I only have 2 swings left of my sword before my life in PvP Civilization is over. But that's how PvP Civilization works. If you upgrade your sword, you can live a longer life. Rumor has it that people with stone swords live twice as long as the wooden swords. I can't even begin to imagine if my life was over 100 attacks long. But unfortunately, that will always be a dream because I'll never be able to get a stone sword.
All right, this is a separate series, chat. Take whatever you know about Parkour Civilization and throw it out, right? All the world building, all the characters, take all of that and throw it out. Throw it all out. This is new. This is fake using swords for PvP instead of axes. Well, this is the bottom rung, so of course you're going to start with the wooden sword. It's the worst weapon in the game, basically.
There was a time when I actually thought I could get a stone sword. That's pretty much what everyone thinks when they're at the wood sword level. This massive wall in front of me is called the Red Gate. This gate is what's stopping me and all the other wooden swords from getting a better life. Truth be told, I haven't seen anyone get past the Red Gate. It's every wooden sword's goal to get past the Red Gate because that's how you get your stone sword. Opening the door is expensive. It costs 3 PvP attacks alone just to get through the gate. And that's the easy part about upgrading your sword. The hard part is the PvP battles. In order to actually get through the gate, a wooden sword needs to win 3 PvP battles. And that's why getting a stone sword is nearly impossible because people barely fight in PvP Civilization, at least not at the wood sword level. Yes. Winning a fight is too risky. But
it's PvP Civilization. If they can barely fight, how will they ever level up? Sorry.
Your sword, the shorter your life gets. And that's not including the fact that you could die from the battle itself. It's only when people are desperate, that's when they fight each other. Because that's the only way to increase your lifespan in PvP Civilization. Defeating a player in battle causes them to drop their sword, and the winner gets the amount of hits they had left in their life. Other than upgrading to a stone sword, that's the only way to make sure you live a longer life in PvP Civilization. Unfortunately for me, neither one of those is an option now. All I can do now is save my 2 sword swings and wait for a miracle.
Hey, kid. I'm selecting you to battle in the 1v1 arena tomorrow. Be ready to fight.
Whoa, what? You're selecting me for the 1v1?
Kind of? Yeah, I can see that.
Can't do a 1v1. I have 2 hits left with my sword. I can't win a fight in 2 hits.
Well, that's why I'm picking you, buddy. You should be thanking me for ending your suffering.
This is just great. Well, I can no longer wait for a miracle. This is my last day of PvP Civilization. Even if I had enough durability with my sword to win a battle, I've never won a battle before. In fact, I've never even fought anyone in PvP Civilization. So, I think it's safe to say that tomorrow, my life is over. Everyone in PvP Civilization always keeps their door shut. The reason for that is that people could catch you off guard during the middle of the night. The problem I have now is that it costs 1 attack to open and close your door. And given that I have 2 attacks left, I cannot close my door or else I'll die. So I think it's safe to say I will have a hard time sleeping tonight. I actually can't even use my bed at all. You have to pay to use your bed in PvP Civilization, which I cannot afford to. Ah, this is how my life is gonna end. I couldn't even manage to get myself a stone sword. And now I'll never be able to figure out what life is like beyond that wall. To my surprise, I woke up the next day still alive. I thought for sure someone would come into my room in the middle of the night and eliminate me, but I was wrong. Unfortunately, my fate remains the same. The PvP guard was waiting for me to escort me to the 1v1 arena. There was no point in stalling. This was the end.
Wow. I'm honestly surprised you're still alive. All right, follow me.
I followed the PvP guard as he led me to the 1v1 sector. I took one last look at the red gate, knowing I'll never figure out what's behind that wall. That is, unless I somehow win this 1v1. To be honest, I don't think anyone in history has won a 1v1 with 2 hits of a sword. Even if that was possible, I haven't even hit anyone with a sword before, so I don't think that's gonna be me. This was my first time in the 1v1 sector. All I know about this place is that 2 people go in and 1 person comes out.
Just wanted to let you know that I picked an opponent with full health for you. I didn't want to make you think you had a chance.
Oh, okay. I guess that's very
The guy with
generous
full
of you.
health is gonna be like, I don't want to live anymore. Here, take my sword, and also take this iron suit or whatever. This iron helmet, this iron chest plate. He's gonna be like, wow, this guy really gave me his iron chest plate. And he's gonna like kill himself or whatever. It's like, this is my second day in PvP Civilization, and I think I can actually make it, or something like something like that's gonna happen. I promise you.
Thanks for letting me know. The whole point of mandatory 1v1s
Yeah, it's supposed to be
is to
PvP
get
god,
rid of the
exactly.
players in PvP Civilization. No, the whole point of mandatory 1v1s is to get rid of the players in PvP Civilization that don't fight. I guess it's a way to separate the strong and the weak, and well, I am definitely a part of the weak. I made it to the top of the 1v1 arena, and the door closed behind me. There was no escape from this place. The only way I could leave is by winning the 1v1. Whoever made this place made sure that a jump from this height couldn't be survived. But as I was looking over the edge, I heard a door close behind me, and I turned around to see my opponent staring face to face with me. Ah, this is gonna be quick. Hey man, so look, the guard told me you're at full health. I'm also at full health, so I know this is gonna be a tough battle for both of us. And you know, with me being super experienced at PvP, if you want to surrender, I'm okay with it. Whoa. Okay, wait, just wait. Look, I have a wife and I have a kid back home, okay? Okay, I have 2 kids back home.
Stop this right now.
Okay, I'm sorry, I don't have a wife or I don't have kids. I'm just panicking.
Tell me, why is it you think we are here? Am I correct in assuming you also have no memory of before PvP Civilization?
Yeah, that's true. I don't know how we got here, but does it really matter? I mean, this is the life that was given to us. Why are you asking me that?
Because none of this makes any sense. Fighting with no purpose, being told that our swords are our entire lives.
But our swords are our entire lives. If they break, our lives are over.
No, I don't think that's ever been true.
In that moment, my opponent violated the one rule of PvP Civilization and dropped his sword.
We don't have to fight. We can live without PvP.
But just as those words were spoken, my opponent served as an example of why you never drop your sword in PvP Civilization. Okay, what just happened? I walked over to the floating sword sitting on the ground, and after standing by it for a couple of seconds, the sword merged into my own, and the doors to the 1v1 arena opened again. I won the 1v1.
What a surprise, man. Who could have possibly seen that coming? Is it SAO? Yeah.
But that's when I looked down at my sword and saw that my life was now 39 attacks long. That guy had almost a full durability wooden sword.
I'm
Why
sorry,
would he
measuring
just
your
drop
life, man, by your attacks is so funny.
this? I mean, with 39 attacks, I could do anything. Maybe my dream wasn't gone after all. Maybe I actually could become a stone sword. Despite winning the 1v1, I wasn't safe yet. I was still at half a heart, and PvP Civilization is a dangerous place. I was gonna need to fix this problem soon.
Wait, what? How are you still alive? It was physically impossible for you to win.
Yeah, well, I used my 2 hits pretty wisely, I guess, but honestly, thank you for sending me in there. My life is so much longer. You kind of saved my life.
Well, that's just fantastic. I had a bet worth 5 PvP attacks with one of the other guards that you would lose. So, thanks for that.
Oh, sorry, man. Wait, you bet with the other PvP guards that I'd die? What is wrong with you?
Just be grateful you're alive, kid. Like you said, I practically saved your life, remember?
Okay, so PvP civilization is much worse than I thought it was.
Alright, well, I guess enjoy your longer life for now. I'll be here tomorrow.
The guard brought me back to my home, a place just a few moments ago I thought I would never see again. I left this place with 2 PvP attacks. That's all I had. I mean, I didn't even have enough attacks to close my own door. And now, well, I can afford to close my door a lot of times. Which is good, because if someone in PvP Civilization wants to fight me, let's just say I'm not gonna last a long time with half a heart. For now, keeping my door shut and staying locked inside my room sounds terrific. I don't even know what I should do now. I mean, a few minutes ago, I had quite literally a 0% chance of survival. And now I'm practically rich in PvP Civilization. Alright, time to log all of this in my video journal machine. Hi everyone. This is day something of being in PvP Civilization, and let's just say my life has had some crazy changes. To start, I got my first win in PvP Civilization. I never thought I would see a number that wasn't a 0 next to my name. Granted, it wasn't actually a win. My opponent dropped his sword and said some ominous things before sacrificing himself. But, I mean, a win's a win if you ask me.
A win's a win. I'm down with him. I'm with him.
So now I have 39 hits with my sword, which is insane. And I can't help thinking that maybe this could be my chance to finally rank up to a stone sword. To find out what life is like behind that wall. Alright, I'm probably gonna sign off there. Oftentimes, I wonder if talking to this machine is even worth it, but no one has friends in PvP Civilization, so it's all I got. Now, I gotta focus on the important thing, and that's staying alive. If I actually have a chance at getting a stone sword, I'm not gonna be able to do it at half a heart, which means I can't hide behind my door anymore. I have to go get food if I want to live. Oh no, that's not good. Right when I opened my door, I noticed that the person living across from me had their door open. Whoever lives there wasn't hiding in their room anymore. This could only mean one of 2 things. 1, they were going to the PvP marketplace, or 2, they're looking for a fight. Honestly, they could be doing a bit of both. A lot of fights take place in the PvP marketplace, which is why getting food is one of the most dangerous things to do in PvP Civilization. But at this point, I'm left with no options. I need food. I might have extended my lifespan by getting more sword durability, but that doesn't mean I can't die by starvation. I made my way over to where the PvP marketplace gate was. Given that I didn't see anyone on the way over here, it's very likely that someone is inside the PvP marketplace right now. Maybe I'm leading myself into a trap, but that's a risk I'm gonna have to take. I paid 1 attack to open the gate, and I was now in the PvP marketplace. This is where every player in PvP Civilization buys anything they want or anything they need. Players only usually come here when they're desperate, which is why so many fights take place here. The dangerous part about the PvP marketplace is that there are a lot of places to hide. Someone could be hiding around a corner for hours, waiting to strike at any moment. And if you aren't careful, your life in PvP Civilization could be over in an instant, which is why...
Yeah, but it's a bunch of episodes cut together into one giant movie. Right? So basically, it's like, every episode's like, introduction, recap of what's going on for people who haven't seen the series, and then going into the new content, and then the ending, and then it starts again the next episode. And so we're hearing the same stuff like 17 different times, essentially. Right? It's exactly like watching One Piece, bro. One Piece is like, it's literally like a 25-minute episode, and the first 8 minutes are recap. 5 minutes are openings. Right? If I have to hear, if you want my treasure, you can have it, one more time, I swear I will jump off a bridge in Minecraft. It happens in front of every single episode. Like, thank you, Gold D. Roger. I know where your treasure is. It's on the freaking Grand Line, okay? We get that. We get it. It's on the Grand Line. It's why the show takes place on the Grand Line. Sorry, I'm getting out of character. I'm getting out of character. But gosh darn it.
I'm taking the parkour
Is
route
it though?
instead
I
of...
don't know. I didn't get that far. Okay. But it keeps telling me it's on the Grand Line. He said he left everything he owns on the Grand Line.
the ladders today. I have one goal, and that's to get food and get out without being spotted. I took a big risk going up the parkour way, and it is impossible. Oh, I can't make this jump without sprint. Maybe if I was a parkour god, I might be able to, but I'm not. Time to find a new way. But right as I went down to find a new way, I saw another player. My suspicions were confirmed, and I was not alone in the PvP marketplace. The only advantage I have is that I saw them before they saw me. So, I still might be able to make this work. If that player is still up there, I should be able to take the ladder on the backside of the marketplace without being noticed. The best part about going up this way is that it gets me extremely close to buying the raw chicken or raw pork chop. I got to the top of the ladder expecting an ambush, but I was still in the clear. The good news is that I still had eyes on the player, and I was right in front of the shops where I could get food. If I played this right, I could get the food and get out without being spotted. I quietly climbed up the ladder and took cover behind one of the shops before I was seen. Okay, step
Wait
one
for
done.
it.
Now I
Sorry,
just need to buy
hold
some
to
food.
Soviet cranberry.
And I was right bush, but I was still in the clear.
Sway
The
Train,
good
thank you for
news
the gift this sub. Much appreciated.
is that I still had eyes on the player, and I was right in front of the shops where I could get food. If I played this right, I could get the food and get out without being spotted. I quietly climbed up the ladder and took cover behind one of the shops before I was seen. Okay, step one done. Now I just need to buy some food. I could either get raw chicken that costs 1 attack, or I could go behind me and get the raw pork chop that costs 2 attacks. Wait, bro, what? The pork chop's kind of a scam. I'm just gonna buy a lot of chicken. I swung at the armor stand one time and I got 1 piece of chicken. Okay, that's 1. Let's see if she sees me. No, okay, she sees me. I am so dead. What do I do? What do I do? I have nowhere to go. I'm so done for.
Just so you know, I spotted you right as you walked in, if that makes you feel any better.
Well, don't get any closer, okay? I've won a lot of PvP battles in my life, so I wouldn't try anything.
Relax.
Monty,
I already
Monty
have
G,
3
think
wins and I'm getting my
gifted
stone
sub
sword
as well.
tomorrow. I don't need to fight you.
Wait.
Try anything.
Relax. I already have 3 wins and I'm getting my stone sword tomorrow. I don't need to fight you.
Wait, what? She didn't try attacking me.
Oh,
Let's go, I'm still alive. That was now the second time where I thought for sure my journey in PvP Civilization would be over. But it's far from over. I got 5 pieces of chicken now, and I still have 31 hits left with my sword. And that's all because that woman decided not to attack me. In all my time in PvP Civilization, I've never met someone who didn't try to attack me. Actually, I take that back. There was the guy from the 1v1 arena that didn't want to fight me. That was also the guy that said we could live without
gonna be important
PvP.
later?
But this
Sure,
woman is
of course.
different. I think the other guy was crazy. I mean, why would he drop his sword? I mean, even though no one here seems to know a thing about where we are and why we're here, everyone understands that PvP is your life. I remember my first day here, and that's when I realized you had to PvP to survive. My first day, I woke up inside of a room, much smaller than the one I have now, but we'll get to that later. I had no memory of anything before. All I knew was my name, and all I had on me was this wooden sword. But little did I know was that this sword determined my entire life in this civilization. I walked over to the wall to see a sign next to the picture of my face. It said that the number of wins I had was 0, and honestly, that number did not change for a while. I mean, it literally changed today. After being stuck behind my door for a while, it didn't take
This
long
is so
to
One
figure out
Piece.
that PvP meant everything in this place. PvP was used to open doors, to close it alive a few days shorter. I decided to explore the place that I found myself in. Probably I wasted a lot of swings just opening and closing my door.
Oh,
I
wait.
did not use to open doors,
Okay.
to close doors.
Okay, this is not recap. This is flashback. It's different.
And to keep you alive. Obviously, I did not know that back then, so I wasted a lot of swings just opening and closing my door. So, after I was done, probably making my life a few days shorter, I decided to explore the place that I found myself in. And let's just say, I really wish someone would have told me that my sword durability was my lifespan before finding out about the PvP marketplace. This place single-handedly made my life very, very short. I walked around the PvP marketplace and I stumbled upon the realization that PvP was not only used to close and open doors. You could use PvP to buy items. PvP was like a currency in here. So, with that being said, I bought a furnace for 2 attacks. Yep, without having any food. I also bought a chest for 2 attacks without having any items to put in it. And one might think I would have
Chatter, I
bought
don't know
raw
about
chicken or raw
Spanish.
pork chop when I saw it, given that I
No
was buying
idea.
everything I could see. But no, for some reason, I decided not to get any food, and instead, I bought a journal machine for 3 attacks. Obviously, looking back, it was not a very smart decision, and I honestly don't even know why they sell these things. I bought 1 piece of coal, because why not, and that's when
How many pieces of coal? If you want my sorry.
I saw the large house. And I think anyone can assume what I did when I was faced with such a large purchase. So, yep, it is pretty safe to say that the PvP marketplace kind of ruined my life. But it's okay now, cuz we're back on track, and this time I actually learned to spend my swings on food and not physical items that serve no purpose at all. I made my way back up to my house, and I realized that the woman from the PvP marketplace made it back to her room as well. She said that tomorrow she's getting her stone sword, which means if she's gonna rank up, she already has 3 victories. I started cooking my food, and I loaded up the video journal machine to talk to, well, myself. Alright, so crazy update in PvP Civilization.
I'm
I met this
sorry.
girl
He
in the
he did the journal machine instead of, I don't know, cooking the food and eating it first?
PvP marketplace, and I think she might like me. I mean, she made eye contact with me for like at least 2 seconds. But anyways, I figured out that she has 3 wins in PvP Civilization, which means she knows how to fight. So, that being said, I have a plan, and it might help me get a stone sword. So, after I eat all this cooked chicken and get
Okay.
some more health so
You
I
did
won't
cook it.
die in one hit, I am gonna try to talk to her and see if she can help me rank up. So, if anyone's watching these video journals,
No.
which I'm guessing no one will.
Stop. Women don't want to talk to you when they're at work. He's like, I'm gonna go talk to this woman at the gym. Like, no, she wants to work out. Let her be. She'll know you, little bro.
Well, wish me luck. Alright, well, if this works, I might be able to figure out how to get 3 wins. Hello? This is the, guy from the PvP marketplace. We met a few minutes ago. Pretty good looking.
Yes? What do you want?
Wait, she didn't say I wasn't good looking. Okay, stop. I gotta focus. Look, I was just thinking maybe you could try teaching me how to
so
rank
freaking stupid, bro. It's so dumb.
up to become a stone sword.
And why should I help you with that?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I just figured that since you were one of the only people to not attack me in this place, maybe you were different from the others.
He's
Maybe
scaring the
you could
PvP shotties.
actually
True.
help me.
Listen, kid, don't you know by now you're not supposed to trust anyone in PvP Civilization?
He's up for
and that
real?
includes me.
Look, I know we're not supposed to trust anyone in PvP Civilization, but honestly, it's a risk that I'm willing to take. As a wooden sword, we can only live for 59 days, and getting a better sword is the only way to live a longer life. I just want to be able to experience that one day. At that moment, I heard the swing of a sword, and I turned around to see that the woman's door was open.
Fine. I'll teach you how to win battles.
Okay. Okay, to be entirely fair, she used a day of her life, potentially 2 days of her life, to open and close the door just to teach him how to survive. Like, that's not nothing. You know what I mean? It's not nothing.
Let's just make this quick.
Thank you, let's go! Wait, does this count as a first date?
Please never say that again.
Sorry, I couldn't believe this was happening. I was getting PvP advice from someone who has defeated 3 players in PvP Civilization. Hey, where's your armor stand for your bed? Why do I have to pay to sleep? Alright, whatever. I'm ready for my PvP lesson. So, is this gonna make me a PvP master?
Tell me, what do you know about PvP Civilization?
Well, we have to PvP to survive, can't run out of sword swings, and no one knows how we got here. That's pretty much it.
Exactly. So let me make this clear. The only thing I care about is staying alive long enough to figure out what this place is. So that means if you try something, I won't hesitate to take you out.
Oh, well, thanks, I guess.
Alright, by the looks of you, I'm guessing you've never damaged another player before, so try swinging at me.
Wait, what? I'm not gonna swing my sword at you. I only have 30 attacks left. I don't want to waste one. Plus, you know, obviously you could die.
You have all the attacks you need to rank up. Plus, you couldn't defeat me if you tried. Now swing.
Okay, if you say so.
Okay, that was fine. Now let me teach you a critical hit. Try jumping and on the way down, swing your sword. It will do much more damage.
Wait. You're telling me you can jump and swing your sword at the same time?
I can't even believe you just said that. Yes, you can jump and swing your sword at the same time. Now, let's go. Try a critical hit.
Okay, so I just jump and swing at the same time. Let's go. All right, I think I got it.
I didn't say jump in place. Try it against me.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Right, of course. I don't know why I did that. I tried jumping and swinging my sword, and just like she said, I landed a critical hit.
There. Now you know something. Pretty much no one with a wooden sword knows how to do one, so winning battles should be easy. Now, I need to get ready. I'm leaving tomorrow and ranking up. So that means get out of my house or else I might change my mind about fighting you.
Oh, yeah, of course. Well, thank you, and, good luck. This was crazy. I learned how to critical hit. With this skill, I actually can win PvP battles now. I could actually get a stone sword. For the first time in my life, I felt like I had a future in PvP Civilization.
That's the PvP
I woke up
battle
the
test.
next day excited for the day ahead. I
Not
had
yet.
plenty of sword swings and didn't have to worry about the daily PvP check. As long as I used my PvP attacks wisely, I could get past the daily PvP checks and keep my door closed for a good 2 weeks or so. And let's just say I had enough swings to pay for
Why don't they
some
team up on this guy? Why don't they team up on the PvP check guy? Steal his armor, steal his swords, steal his shields, bum rush the door, kill everybody else, take their swords, succeed.
extra information, if you will. And by that, I mean bribing a PvP guard with an extra PvP attack.
Oh, okay. So you want a little inside information now. I might be able to help with that. Just make it quick.
I don't
okay.
I don't like his immediate reaction to being smacked with a sword, being like, "Ooh, okay." I'm not sure if I'm a fan of that. That's not the reaction you should have in that circumstance. This guy's a little freak. They picked the wrong guy to take the swings. They were going to say, "Who wants me?" What? We didn't ask the question yet. I want to be the guy. Please let me be the guy. All right, I guess he's the guy. That's what he said. Come on, chat.
Little inside
PvP guard with an extra PvP attack.
Oh, okay. So you want a little inside information now. I might be able to help with that. Just make it quick.
Okay, so here's the deal. You PvP guards know a lot, right? And there's this woman who's about to rank up to become a stone sword, and I was wondering if you could give me her phone number.
All right, buddy. Why would you even ask that? No one in here even owns a phone. So what good would a phone number do?
Shoot. Yeah, I guess that doesn't really make sense when you say it out loud. I don't know. I just thought that was kind of a thing that people say, you know?
But what I can tell you is that I think one of the players is going to try to sneak attack her when she tries ranking up to a stone sword. Not sure if that information is of any value to you, but that's all I got.
Okay, that is actually some crazy news. So do I warn her about this now? Or should I? Wait, I have an idea. If that player is actually going to try to ambush her when she tries ranking up, I could pull a sneak attack of my own and possibly get my second win. Okay, the plan is simple, but I'm still very, very scared. All I have to do is close my door and wait till I hear people coming down the ladder. Well, I really hope this works. I waited for about an hour until I heard the sounds of someone going down the ladder. The attack was happening now, and it was time to launch my plan. If I fail, the only friend I've made in PvP Civilization might be gone. So, I can't do that. I saw the player at the bottom of the ladder, and both players were running towards the red gate. At this rate, the woman wouldn't make it through in time. I had to get down there now. I didn't have time to think about the fact that this was the first PvP battle I've ever engaged in. I snuck up behind the player, and I swung my sword.
What the? How did you just do that? That did so much damage.
Let's just say it's called a serious hit. Wait, serious hit? No, that doesn't sound right. What was it called again? Serious hit, important hit.
A critical hit.
Ah, critical hit. I knew I messed it up. I don't care. I got my second win in PvP Civilization. And I can live for a little longer now. I just realized that I only need one more win and I could be going through this gate one
Hey,
day.
chat.
The woman
do you think that she's gonna actually get a name? From what you saw from the last video that we saw, and everything that we've seen now, do you think that she's actually going to get a name, or will she just be known as the woman? The woman from before, or something like that. Like, that's just, she's only going to be referred to by like her physical characteristics or her role in the story. And that's it.
Swung her sword for the third time and went through the gate. Wait. I just wanted to say thank you.
Don't mention it. Maybe you do have what it takes to get here one day.
And in that moment, the gate closed, and that woman now knows what it's like on the other side of the red wall. She actually did it. I've never seen someone in PvP Civilization go from a wooden sword to a stone. Maybe, just maybe, I can be the second one to do it. I have enough hits left with my sword to do it. I just need one more win. All right, back again with my video journal update. The latest is that my girlfriend left me. I mean, she didn't leave me. I don't know if we were actually dating in the first place, but she got her stone sword, and now I have 2 wins, and I could actually get a stone sword of my own. And to do that, I just need one more PvP win. So my plan this time is to wait again by the door until someone comes down the ladder. Eventually, someone will have to go to the PvP marketplace, and when they do, I'll be waiting for them. Not in like a creepy way. I mean, not in a nice way either, because I am trying to PvP battle them, but I don't know. You know what I'm trying to say. Anyways, this PvP battle could be the end of my journey, or it could be a ticket to a long and luxurious life. After signing off the video journal that no one will ever see, I saw the player I was going to battle at the bottom of the ladder. Just as I suspected, the player was heading towards the PvP marketplace, which could be really good for me because like I said before, players only buy things in PvP Civilization when they're desperate. So there's a good chance that this player is low on hunger, low on health, or both. Honestly, this could be the easiest fight I've ever had to deal with. I ran around the bottom before going up. I wanted to try to spot the player before I made any moves. Realistically, the player is probably buying food, so the parkour route is probably the best way to go. And this time, I actually have the sprint to get up this way. I ran around the corner and I saw where the player was at. If I jumped across to his side, I would start the fight. And that's what I was planning on doing.
Sorry.
I jumped across, but that's when I realized I heard footsteps and the player was right around the corner. The player started coming towards me, but I swung my sword and got in a hit. I was in a bad spot. If I got hit off now, I would probably die from fall damage. I rushed forward to resume the fight, but the player had backed up to another platform. I must have done enough damage in that previous attack to make him retreat. Now, I just gotta play it safe. One hit could determine my future in PvP Civilization. Both of us were at a stalemate. Neither one of us wanted to jump across the platform and hit each other. The players started going down the ladder and I took my chance. I got one successful hit in without taking any damage, but the player was now on the run. I thought the player was gonna try running back to his room, but instead he went up another ladder. I got to the top thinking I was safe, but the player was waiting there for me and I got hit once. Come on, I have to win this battle. Nope, I missed my hit. Oh no, this isn't good. I waited around the corner and I landed 2 more hits on the player.
Garbage.
I don't know how he was doing it, but the player was still alive. But after I heard the sound of fall damage, I knew he must be extremely low. One more hit could decide this battle. All I have to do now is not get hit off the platforms. It's time to end this battle. That was until the player pulled out cooked chicken. Of course, the player's been healing this entire time. I'm so done for. I knew I made a mistake. From the beginning, I thought this player would be weak, but he had cooked food on him the entire time. And now I am in big trouble. I needed to find somewhere to go fast. The player was closing in on me, and I knew I had to do something risky. I jumped off the platform, managing to catch myself on the ladder without taking any fall damage. But that wasn't stopping the player, and they were right on my tail. I was running out of options, and I couldn't help but take more fall damage. In a few moments, I would be cornered, and there would be nowhere left for me to jump. But that's when I realized something. I was in the PvP marketplace, and I still had a good amount of swings left with my sword. I climbed to the top of the platform, and I saw that the shop I was in sold health potions for a cost of 3 attacks. I had 24 hits left with my sword. I could afford to do it. I swung 3 times at the armor stand, and I gained 2 hearts of mine back. But that wasn't enough. I needed more to win this fight. I ended up buying 3 health potions, and I got back up to full health. Now I could stand a chance in this battle. I tried swinging at my opponent from above, but he had the
he's so
advantage, and I couldn't
bad.
hit him from here. The player must be low. I just need to find a way to connect one more hit. And that's when I remembered something.
Try jumping and on the way down, swing your sword.
Am I really doing this? Yep, it looks like I'm doing it. I jumped off the platform, swinging my sword in midair. I thought I was done for. I thought the fall damage would have been the end of me, but I was still alive, and I didn't see the player above me. I climbed back up the platform to see a floating wooden sword on the ground. It was over. I won the battle, and this wasn't just any battle. This was my third win that I needed to rank up to become a stone sword. I actually did it. Now I just need to get out of here without dying from fall damage. That would be tragic. I can't believe this is my only way down. Oh, that was really close. I realized that next time I should probably be bringing food to a fight. Somehow I got back to my room safely, and I got to lay my eyes upon something I never thought I would see. The number 3 next to my name. I couldn't believe it. I was actually going to rank up to become a stone sword. This was all that I have dreamt about for, well, not that long, probably less than a month, but still, as long as I could remember. This calls for one last journal log. Well, this is it. I can't believe I'm actually saying this, but I'm gonna become a stone sword today. So, after I eat this
I love that you have to
chicken,
kill 3 people to move on. There is no pacifist run here. You must kill 3 people to move on.
a bit, I'm gonna walk down there and go through the red gate into a better life. If the rumors are true about stone swords, my life could be over 100 hits long, and that's the life I always dreamed of having. So, unless they sell video journal machines beyond the wall, this is me signing off.
Honestly, you don't have to
journal.
play any Minecraft to know what's happening here, to be entirely honest. But, and even if you have played Minecraft, you still probably won't know what's happening here. You have to have watched the video from the beginning to know just about like what's happening in this moment. You know? Just think of like capitalism, but like packaged in a way for kids to understand why it's not good.
Log. After I ate my 2 pieces of chicken, I went over to the wall. There was no reason I should be spending any more time in this place. I had my 3 wins, and it was time to rank up. I swung my sword 3 times, and the gate opened up. This was it. There was no turning back now. When I go beyond this wall, I'll get to live the life that I deserve, that everyone deserves, and I'll never have to return back to this nightmare of a place. After taking one
he will be returning back, chat. That's foreshadowing. Foreshadowing is a literary device. That means, hey, what you just saw is gonna come back later.
Peace civilization, I stepped inside the wall and the gate closed behind me. And I finally got to see what was behind the red gate. I was in some giant hallway and I turned around and the door was sealed shut. Okay, I don't know what I was expecting, but this is not what I had pictured in my head. I continued down the hallway until I stopped at what looked like to be some sort of entryway. When I walked over the smooth stone, the wooden sword that used to be in my hand disappeared, and in its place was something else. It was all that I had been hoping to get, a stone sword. I walked over to the red blocks in the middle of the room. Entry to level 2, what does that mean? I looked over the edge and all I saw was a giant drop that led to nothing. No ladders, no staircase, and I couldn't see the bottom. Wait, so down there is where level 2 is. Does that mean people with stone swords have been living under us the entire time? Okay, that is crazy. I was not expecting that. But that's when I took a look around and realized that there were shops inside of this room. A leather chest plate for the cost of 20 attacks? How many attacks do I even have? I looked down at my sword and saw that my life was over 130 hits long. 130? Are you serious? I can live forever.
Are you telling me
there were shops here,
he hits the first thing he sees? Really, bro? You're not gonna like shop around a little bit to see what would be better for you? He's like, ooh, shiny. He genuinely has learned nothing. Did he do that last time? Yes. Yes, he quite literally did that last time. He went to the marketplace. He was like, ooh, shiny. He spent all of his life on some random stuff he didn't need. And yeah, like a leather chest plate would be good. But what if it was like a leather chest plate for 31 swings and it was an iron chest plate for 32 swings? The iron chest plate would have been better. Way better. And you would have known that if you just looked around before you start swinging and buying stuff. It's like walking into a store, right? looking at what the first item you see saying, I'm buying that, and then you walk past it, you see a PS5 or something, you know?
But I'm guessing that it was a chance to prepare for what life was like at level 2. This was crazy. I not only had a stone sword, but I had armor now. I wish I had these for my PvP battles earlier. Wait, what is this? Blue leather chestplate for 25 attacks? Wait, I should have bought this one. A blue leather chestplate is...
He's so stupid. He's so stupid. He's so dumb. Oh, we're being rage baited. I understand that. I understand. I can acknowledge that we're being rage baited. But it does not make the anger that I feel at this person any less real and visceral, you know?
Is so much cooler than a regular one. Wait, what is this? A green leather chestplate? Okay, that's my...
I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. No, no, no. I'm done. I'm done. I stop. You cannot make this up. I swear you can't. The first time, right? The first chest plate, I'm like, okay, that would be helpful, sure. The second time, I'm like, okay, that's insane. That's crazy. But like, maybe it has some special properties. The third time. You have to be joking. You have gotta be joking. You have gotta be joking. I can't.
My favorite color. A black leather chestplate. That's my second favorite color. Obviously a purchase. Okay, I'm not gonna make the same mistake as last time. I'm actually gonna get food. Golden carrot or a golden apple for 20 attacks? That's nothing. I'm rich now. Bro, this is so cool. I just want to buy everything. What is this? A video journal machine? Bro, this is insane. Now I can record what it's like at level 2 of PvP Civilization. This is PvP Civilization, where your entire life is determined by the amount of hits you have left with your sword, which means my life is only 58 attacks long, unless I make it past this wall, which will give me a stone sword, doubling my lifespan. But the thing is I already made it past the wall, and I died. In PvP Civilization, if your sword breaks, it's game over, and mine definitely broke. So the question is how am I standing here alive and with a full durability wooden sword? Part of me wants to think that getting a stone sword and dying was just a bad dream, but I know it was real. The sign in my room still says I've won 3 PvP battles, which means
so
every
funny.
Fight I had and everything I went through had to have happened.
That was so
which means
funny.
I
That was
definitely
funny.
died.
I will. Okay. That was good. 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 That was funny. That made me laugh.
Go. Get out here. Time for PvP.
And I forgot about the daily PvP checks. At least I got a new wooden sword now. Surviving the daily attack won't be an issue.
You know the drill. You owe 1 PvP attack, just like every day.
You are just the person I need to talk to. I don't even know how to say this. How exactly am I still alive?
I am so glad you brought that up. I ask myself that question every single day. You have 0 PvP skill. You leave your door open all the time. You talk to yourself. You think you have a girlfriend,
Wait,
but she is
okay,
most
that's
certainly not interested in you. You act all cool like you're the main character or something, and then the plot armor? Don't even get me started.
What?
You're not even that good looking.
Okay, bro, can you stop? That's not at all what I was talking about. All of that was very unnecessary and kind of mean. Also, the girlfriend...
Freaky guard wants another hit.
part kind of debatable in my opinion, but anyways, no, I mean, I actually died. I got a stone sword and it broke and I'm back here.
I don't even know what to say to that. If you're gonna try to make up a crazy story to get out of your daily PvP attack, it won't work.
No, you don't get it. I'm not making this up. After I won the third PvP battle needed to rank up, I went through the red gate. I was in some hallway, and when I walked towards the end, a stone sword appeared in my hand. And that's when I realized everyone with a stone sword has been living under us this entire time. But before I could go down there, well, I bought 4 chest plates, I tried buying a video journal machine, and then I died.
Okay, so let me get this straight. You got your 3 wins, you got your stone sword, and then you bought 3 leather chest plates?
It was actually 4 leather chest plates, but continue.
And then you decided to buy a video journal machine.
Well, I mean, I had to keep up with my daily journal, especially after I ranked up to a stone sword.
And then your sword broke and you died. What happened after?
And then I woke up back here in my bed like nothing ever happened.
Alright, buddy. I'm gonna need 2 attacks now to make up for all that pain and suffering for listening to all that. Please keep it to yourself next time.
I didn't expect the PvP guard to believe my story. I didn't even believe it myself when I said it out loud. All I know is somehow I was
See,
revived.
you were
in
right.
PvP
The freak just wants 2 sword swings.
civilization. It's kind of unfortunate how me coming back to life leads to me paying double what I would usually pay in a daily PvP check, but all things considered, the most important thing is that I'm alive. I thought my journey was over, but I might still have a chance to figure out what PvP civilization is, to figure out why we're even here, and if there's a way out. The only thing I know for certain is that a stone sword gives me a longer life. And of course I had to go and break it in 2 minutes. Not exactly my smartest moment. Wait, what am I still doing here? I have 3 PvP wins. I could rank up right now. To get a stone sword in PvP civilization, you only need 2 things. You need to win 3 PvP battles, and you need 3 hits of your sword to open up the gate. Fortunately, I have both of those, so there's nothing stopping me now from ranking up. Actually, if I remember, the food on the other side of the wall was expensive. I might be the only one who knows that. Usually, no one would be able to come back to this side of the wall after you go through. Wait, I might be the smartest person in PvP.
Okay, so he's a genius half the time, and then a complete buffoon the other half the time. You're telling me the same person who bought 4 leather chest plates had the wherewithal to check the prices and do like price matching? He's like, well, a piece of cooked chicken in the wooden side is actually 1 swing per piece of raw chicken, right? But on the stone side, a piece of cooked chicken actually costs 4 swings. And I can actually buy 1 raw chicken and 1 piece of coal to cook that in my furnace that I've already have for 2 pieces collectively, or 2 swings collectively. And I do that here so that when I cross the threshold into the stone side, right, immediately due to inflation, my 1 piece of chicken that I spent 2 swings on is now worth 4 swings. So I save myself 2 extra swings by cooking. Like, but then he's like, ooh, shiny chest plate. After doing that mental math.
Civilization. I'm just gonna buy food here because it's cheaper, and then once I rank up, I'll have a stone sword with full durability and tons of food to survive level 2. Let's go. I went to the PvP marketplace to carry out my plan, but it quickly went downhill. Ah! Wait, I'm sorry, I'm leaving. Okay, on second thought, I don't need food, I just need to rank up.
Deserved.
Ah, this is really bad. Ever since
Deserved.
I came back to life, I completely forgot where I was. This was PvP civilization, a place where people are forced to fight each other for a better life. And because I let my guard down, I don't have time to rank up now. The only way out of this is a PvP battle. All right, bro, this is your last chance to step away. I've already got 3 PvP wins, but I'm not afraid to make it 4.
Wait, just a second. I don't want to fight. I just want to talk.
Right, so you attack me and now you want me to trust you? That's never
He
gonna
did do
happen.
that.
I'd put my sword down if I could. Just listen to me. I know you died and I know you came back.
What? What are you talking about?
I saw you go through the gate to get your stone sword, and I heard the story you told to the guard.
Poor voice acting, but I'll let it slide. Or they thank you, Galaxy Geek.
let me take a guess.
You
You
want
thought
to hear
that
my
believing
dumplings? Don't worry, I'll recap it when you get back.
my story would get me to trust you? I mean, what did you hope to gain from all of this?
I thought this might be important. The other day, I overheard you talking with a woman.
Oh yeah, that was actually me and my girlfriend.
I highly doubt that.
It's up for interpretation. Anyways, continue.
You said something that stuck with me.
Hey, where's your armor stand for your bed? Why do I have to pay to sleep? Alright, whatever. I'm ready for my PvP lesson. Okay, talk about invasion of privacy. Anyways, so why exactly did that stick with you? And why go through all of this to tell me that?
If you want to talk more,
Every
I
line
live on
might
the
be better voice acting. Yeah, but this is more charming.
top floor on the right.
You like the MC's VA more? I think he's growing on me. Right? He has, honestly, the main character's voice actor has the same insufferability that I get from the character itself. You know? Like it serves the character.
You don't have to trust me, and I don't expect you to. All I want to say is, ask the guards if you have to pay to sleep in PvP Civilization.
And that was the last thing the player said to me before he turned around and went back towards the houses. Why should I ask a guard if I have to pay to sleep in PvP Civilization? Maybe the player was trying to stall me from ranking up? I mean, there's nothing stopping me now. I guess it could be some sort of trap. Or the player knows something that I don't, and asking a guard is the only way to find out. Alright, I guess I can wait a few more minutes to rank up. Hey, excuse me, guard, could I ask you a question?
Please, not you again. If I hear another fake story from you, I think I actually might die.
Okay, I don't
Give me
know
that
how
gold,
listening
give you
to
a
a
cameo
story
on one of
could
these.
possibly be that bad, but anyways. No,
I think
it's
Ludwig
not
did a
story-
stream with Evbo like a week ago, something like that. So like he's like in streaming culture. It'll be funny though. But I'm also not a Minecraft though, technically.
Just a question. Do players have to pay to sleep in PvP Civilization? You know, like pay a tax to sleep?
Why would you have to pay to go to bed? I mean, the conditions in PvP Civilization are bad enough already. That would just be cruel.
So why is there an armor stand next to my bed?
Okay, if you're gonna talk to yourself, please just step away from the door and do it somewhere else.
I watched as the guard disappeared behind the doors that only PvP guards have access to. He said that no player has to pay to sleep in PvP Civilization. So that means I'm the only one with an armor stand in my room next to my bed. But why? I'm guessing that that player that told me to ask the guard knows something. Once again, this could be an
Really?
elaborate trap that I'm falling for, but if I rank up to a stone sword, I might never be able to come back here. So this could be my last chance to find out what the player knows. Alright, if this is a trap, let's just
How
hope
does he
I
know
can
where he
PvP
lives?
my way out of this. Hey, look, it's the guy from a few minutes ago. Before you do anything, do not open the door. We can talk like this. So now that that's clear, I asked the guard the question you told me to ask.
Guy 12?
And I'm
Oh.
guessing the answer you got made you curious.
I don't get it. Why would I have
I
an
missed that
armor
part.
stand in my room? I mean, I have to pay 3 attacks to sleep. That's kind of a scam if you ask me. I've only slept once in PvP Civilization because of that.
That's what I'm trying to piece together. Armor stands are powerful. They can't be broken, and they basically control all of PvP Civilization. But most importantly, hitting armor stands always gives something in return.
That's right. Armor stands are used to buy things.
So the question I have is, when you hit the armor stand in your room,
What was I actually buying? Because if sleeping is free, then I paid 3 PvP attacks for something else.
exactly.
At that moment, I knew that that player and I were thinking the exact same thing. Okay, crazy idea, but you don't think that that armor stand in my room is what allowed me to respawn, do you?
Maybe. Or it could be nothing. Of course, you would need to die again to test it out, but I hope it doesn't come to that.
The player was right. The only way to know for certain if the armor stand makes me respawn is if I die again. And to be honest, I'm not too sure I want to test that willingly. Because if I'm wrong and the armor stand does nothing, then I obviously run the risk of being gone for good. And whatever second chance I got would be thrown out the window. The best course from here on out is to treat this like my one and only life. Maybe this armor stand was responsible for bringing me back to life. But if it wasn't, then I
Why
only
did
have
only he
one
have
more
one, though?
shot to make it out of PvP Civilization. And this time, I'm not gonna waste it.
Interesting.
I waited in my room until nighttime came around. Tomorrow was the day I rank up to become a stone sword.
Since
And it
watch
will
one of
be
these
the
Minecraft
day
movies
where I
like this,
figure out
so we
what
don't
life
get
is
it.
like.
Honestly, you gotta just turn your brain off and just go along with the ride. They'll do things that makes no sense. They'll say things that make no sense, and you just kind of have to smile and nod, be like, sure, okay. Like why do they buy things with armor stands? No idea, no clue. Who knows? Does that matter? Not really. Is it fun to watch a little bit? Yeah, a little bit. I got an hour and 15 minutes left. So, you know, if I have to do something, this is what I'm going to do.
When you can live for over 130 attacks. There's no questioning that life on the second level is going to be dangerous. It's a very real possibility that I don't even survive my first day, which is why I'm taking a chance with this mysterious armor stand in my room. No one knows a thing about this place and why we're even in here, so maybe it's not too crazy to believe that this armor stand could save my life. Alright, been a while since I've done a video journal log. Hello, we're back again with a video journal. I guess I should address the elephant in the room. I'm alive. Yes, I know I broke my stone sword before I even got to level 2, but we're just not going to talk about that anymore. The point is I am on my way to get my stone sword for real this time, and I'm not going to break it in the first 2 minutes. I know I traditionally have a problem with spending all of my attacks very quickly, but I can promise that's not going to happen again. I mean, that guy was the old me. I'm a changed man now. When you die and come back to life, I can't explain it, but it just makes you value the important things in your life more. Like my girlfriend. She got her stone sword a couple days ago, and honestly, she's probably worried sick about me. That is, if she survived level 2. But given the fact that she actually knows how to fight, I'm sure she's doing just fine. Anyways, let's talk strategy. Once I drop down to level 2...
Wait, I have to check. Sorry, I got distracted. So did he hit the armor stand before he left, right? Like the one beside his bed? Yes, okay. Just making sure.
Civilization, there's no
Don't worry, he'll flash back soon.
There is a chance that the mysterious armor stand in my room causes me to respawn, but I'm not counting on that. As far as I'm concerned, this is my last and only chance to survive and make it out of PvP Civilization, which means this time I'm not spending my attacks on chest plates. I'm buying 3 pieces of cooked steak for 18 attacks. Ugh, I know the prices are bad, but I can't risk going to the PvP marketplace again. I just need to rank up. And the only other thing I'm buying is, well, let's just say the next update will come from level 2. Alright, signing off. Okay, as planned, buying a video journal machine for 30 attacks. I still have 113 attacks left. Yeah, I'll be good. Besides, I don't know how I could live without this thing. I walked over to the giant hole in the ground that would lead to the second level of PvP Civilization. I couldn't see anything at the bottom. For all I know, I might not even survive the drop. But I know that there's only one way to find out. I jumped, not knowing if I would ever come back. I thought my feet were never gonna touch the ground again until I heard a huge splash, and I looked up to see I was completely submerged in water. I've never seen this much water in my life before, let alone any water in PvP Civilization at all. I came up to the surface to take a look at my surroundings. All I saw were 4 identical hallways. This was it. This was the start of my new life as a stone sword in PvP Civilization.
Sorry, hold on, wait. You telling me that he bought another video journal machine? He bought the fucking camera? I looked down and I look up and he has this stupid like setup in his inventory and I was like, no, he did not.
Next update will come from level 2. Alright, signing off. Okay, as planned, buying a video journal machine, and the only other thing I'm buying is, well, let's just say the next update will come from level 2. Alright, signing off. Okay, as planned, buying a video journal machine for 30 attacks. I still have 113 attacks left. Yeah, I'll be good. Besides, I don't know how I could live without this thing.
I will say, the writing has done a decent job of validating decisions like this. Like, this will come up later, right? So it will be useful later. I don't know how it'll come up later, but it will come up later. And somebody would be like, wow, you actually bought that useless video recording machine? And he's like, yeah, well, it actually saved my life in this way or something like that. Yeah, that's what I think. I think that's the case.
Walked over to the.
It's how the story is being told. Not even. Right? Because the parkour civilization didn't have that at all. It's told in the same way as the parkour one. It is told in the same way as the parkour one.
giant hole in the ground that would lead to the second level of PvP civilization. I couldn't see anything at the bottom. For all I know, I might not even survive the drop, but I know that there's only one way to find out. I jumped, not knowing if I would ever come back. I thought my feet were never gonna touch the ground again until I heard a huge splash and I looked up to see I was completely submerged in water. I've never seen this much water in my life.
I think the first one's on IMDb. I think I saw that somewhere.
Let alone any water in PvP civilization at all. I came up to the surface to take a look at my surroundings. All I saw were 4 identical hallways. This was it. This was the start of my new life as a stone sword in PvP civilization. It was pretty clear that this was a one-way trip. There would be no way back up to the wooden sword level. But who knows? Maybe I'll never want to go back up again. Maybe getting a stone sword was a ticket to paradise. Or even better, this could be the end and the way out of PvP civilization. I walked to the end of one of the hallways and I was met with a door. Except I know these doors. These doors weren't the ones that players with swords could open. These doors were only opened by PvP guards. Oh wait, there's a button. I pressed the button that should have opened the door, but unfortunately it did not. Well, this is perfect. I guess level 2 of PvP civilization is broken. So what now? But all of a sudden, I heard the door open and a PvP guard was standing right in front of me.
Just for future reference, you only need to ring the doorbell one time. Anyways, welcome to level 2. Follow me.
Oh, it was a doorbell. That kind of makes sense. Well, here we go. Time for level 2 of PvP civilization. The door closed behind us as I followed the guard with a different colored shield down the ladder. In a matter of seconds, my new life would begin. The guard opened the door in front of us and we walked out into level 2 of PvP civilization. This was life as a stone sword. It looked almost identical to the wooden sword level, which I didn't have a problem with. The problem I had was that by the looks of it, it didn't look like I was escaping PvP civilization anytime soon.
Since you just ranked up, you're under my protection until we get to your room. Follow me.
Let's go. I'll take protection from a PvP guard any day. No way. I get a top floor room too? Maybe this is paradise.
Alright, this right here is your room on the top floor to the left. It's a standard 1 room, 1 bed, but of course if you're looking for something bigger, you can always buy the large house from the PvP marketplace.
Let's go. I can buy a bigger house here too? I am definitely getting one of those. Well, thank you for the protection.
Look, I know you're new here, but players usually leave a PvP tip for our services, you know, for getting you to
they're
your
all
house safely.
freaks.
Oh, a tip? Yeah, for sure. I got you. Sorry, I didn't know tipping was a thing here.
Thank you very much. Very much appreciated. Well, good luck in PvP civilization. I hope you survive.
Thank you, I guess. That
Bro, I'm
doesn't sound too
telling
good.
you.
Well, here we
So they walk out and they're like, who wants to be a guard? And this guy's like, me, please pick me. I want to be a guard so badly. They're such freaks. And 1 bed, 1 bath, it only costs 3 motors. Not bad, true.
Here we are. My life is now 82 attacks long. I always dreamed for a time when I could have a stone sword and live longer than 59 hits. And now I'm living that dream. The question now is, where do I go from here? I looked at the sign on the wall next to the picture
Is
of
their
me.
health bar or
It
the
said
durability?
I
Their
have
health? It's both. Right? So basically, the durability on their sword is their like pseudo health, because you need your sword to do anything. Imagine the sword like money. Right? Imagine you have like, you know, you have rent, you have like your electricity to pay, stuff like that. Imagine like your door locks, so you need money to lock your doors. Right? But if you don't have any money, you can't lock your doors and somebody can come in and kill you. Right? So your health is just like your actual health. Right? But you need money to survive. Right? Your money supplements your health. Right? And that's basically what this is, right? The durability of the sword is like money. And they use the sword to buy stuff. Was it the movie In Time? That's what the chatter said. A different chatter. But yeah, it is like In Time with Justin Timberlake. They need to know if they like getting hit or is the sword, their own sword getting filled up as a guard when they get hit. That's a good question. I don't know. I think I like the first option.
0
They're
wins.
nasty.
Well, that's odd. I should have 3 wins. I guess information travels slowly in PvP civilization. I took a look around the stone sword level. Just like at the wooden sword level, there was the same red wall with the same door. But something was different. Something changed about the design on the walls. And that's when I realized the truth of PvP civilization has been around me this entire time. I never questioned as to why the walls were designed the way they were. Why there was wood only at the top. But now seeing the new gray stones filled in underneath, I now realize that the walls were never just designed. They were all of the levels of PvP civilization, and there were 5. All of a sudden, I heard the swing of a
actually
sword
6.
right behind me. Oh, this can't be good.
I should have known that was you talking.
No way.
But seriously, stop talking and get in here. It's like you're trying to die.
You know what? I don't even care about the fact that I just found out that there might be 5 levels to PvP civilization, and the fact that I'll probably never escape this place, because I got a room across my future wife. Let's go. Don't worry about the door. I'll get it. It's just what gentlemen do. Anyways, so long time no see.
I'm gonna ignore that first part. Well, congratulations. Looks like you had what it took to rank up after all.
Yeah, well, I couldn't have done it without your help. I mean, you taught me everything I needed to know about PvP, and I have a longer life because of it. But anyways, let's talk about the important stuff.
Half of our
Like
critters.
how crazy it is that your room is across from my room? I mean, if I had to guess, it's like the universe wants us to be together.
Alright, kid. The only reason you got
Okay.
that house in the first place
Drop
is
the
because
drop the romantic subplot, please. Just get back to the put the fights in the bag, little bro, please. Put the PvP in the bag, little bro.
To be together.
Alright, kid. The only reason you got that house in the first place is because I defeated the person who was living there before you.
Oh.
And you were about to be my second victim if it wasn't for that weird thing you do where you talk to yourself.
It's called monologuing, and it's good for the story. Anyways, so what do I need to know about level 2?
PvP civilization goes even deeper. You need 5 victories here to rank up to an iron sword, but I
It's
don't
all
know when it
scripted.
ends.
5 victories for an iron sword? There's no way I'm good enough at PvP to win 5 more battles. I died already. Can't the suffering just end?
I'm sorry, did you just say you died already? What do you mean by that?
Oh, yeah, funny thing. So I actually got a stone sword a while ago.
Is the voice
and for
actor the
reasons that
YouTuber
will
or
be
is it the
said,
person?
it
It's
broke
the same person. It's the YouTuber.
And I died, but I woke back up on the first layer.
You're saying I can take you out right now and you'll come back.
Whoa, 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 what is wrong with you? No, we're not gonna test it out. All I know is that there's an armor stand in my room at the first level. No one else in PvP Civilization seems to have one, so that's my
Wait, but
only
like,
guess.
if you graduate or if you die, somebody takes your room. You know what I mean? And he's graduated to the next level. So wouldn't his room be taken by the next person who comes in? Is his room just always empty? I have questions.
Guess on how I came back to life.
Not even sure if you're telling the truth or not,
his
but
room
if
could
someone
flat
did
trick,
have
you're
that
right.
power, they could be the strongest one in PvP Civilization.
The
You're
woman
right.
was right. If I had the power to respawn, I could practice PvP with.
He can return from death.
And
He's like
eventually I would-
Subaru. This is like an anime. It's ReZero. Wait, is it Return by Death? I don't know what it was called. I didn't finish the show, if you can tell.
would be the best in PvP Civilization. That also means that I would have enough chances to get to the last level, or better yet, find out the truth about this place. Alright, I don't know if I'm ever gonna respawn again, so what should I do?
You should go find a chestplate. It's unlikely you'll survive a battle without one.
Right, buy a chestplate. I totally don't have a rocky history with buying chestplates, but the woman was right. I'm not that good at PvP, so getting a chestplate means that's probably my best
Yeah.
chance of survival. I thanked the woman for her help again, and I told her that if she was ever ranking up to an iron sword soon, I would be totally comfortable with a long distance relationship.
Wait, did he say the woman?
She didn't respond to that part, but you know, that's her thing. With the long distance, I told her that if she means that's probably my best chance of survival. I thanked the woman for her help again, and I told her
Yeah, you can give her a name. I think the woman. Okay. Well, if you guessed that he would not give her a name and just call her like by like her I guess, you know, role in the story to him, you were right. He called her the woman.
that if she was ever ranking up to an iron sword soon, I would be totally comfortable with a long distance relationship. She didn't respond to that part, but you know, that's her thing. She's so serious all the time. It's fine. Anyways, before I go get a chestplate, and actually before I do anything in
The
PvP
woman.
Civilization, I need to do quite possibly the most important task of all time. and that's find a good place for my video journal machine. I bought this thing for 30 swings of my sword, so I have to make good use of it. All right, this seems like a great spot. This is my first video journal as a stone sword in PvP Civilization, and I will say things are off to a great start. I have cooked beef to tie me over for a while, and I have around 80 swings left with my sword. On top of that, my girlfriend lives right across from me. How crazy is that? And she's insane at PvP, so she'll protect me, hopefully.
What's her name? What is her name?
For now, I'm on a solo journey, and that's to buy a chest plate. Yes, I know the obvious question is, am I scared that my shopping addiction is going to get the best of me again? Given the fact that last time I bought 4 chest plates, breaking my sword and dying. But no, I will not be tempted this time because now I'm actually focused on my survival. Anyways, that's the end of this video journal log. Hopefully, I will be around to update it again. I made my way over to my first new room at the stone sword level. When I walked in, I saw a structure that I've never seen before. If this was the PvP marketplace at level 2, it sure looked a lot different. I had to be careful. I was in unexplored territory, meaning players could be hiding anywhere waiting for a sneak attack, especially on players that have never been here, like me. I climbed up the vines and hopped on to the first level of the structure, and sure enough, I found myself in the PvP marketplace. This is where every player goes to get what they need to survive here, and I need a chest plate to survive. No! Okay, I am not a fan of this design choice for the PvP marketplace. From what I could tell,
this
the
isn't
first
Parkour
floor of the
Civilization
PvP
anymore.
marketplace was only food, which means the chest plate that I'm after should be at the top. Looking back, I should have just gotten a chest plate before I came down here. If I had done that, my life would have been a lot less stressful. But now I know what to do if I respawn. Alright, what do we got here? PvP guard protection, 60 seconds. It costs 50 attacks plus expected tip. Wait, that's awesome. Can I afford this? 77 attacks left. No, I can't buy this. But I'll come back for this one day. I walked over to the next armor stand and stumbled upon exactly what I was looking for. Here we go. Leather chest plate for 20 attacks. And I'm only buying one this time.
Oh, I don't think so.
Oh man, that's not good. I slowly turned around to see a player with a leather chest plate standing directly across from me. If this was gonna end in a PvP battle, I don't know if this was one I could win.
Bold move coming up here thinking you could get a chest plate without a fight, but that's what all the new stone swords do. They come here unprepared and fall right into my trap. And I get the easiest PvP victories of my life. And after I've taken out you, I can rank up to become an iron sword, so thank you.
Of course, this guy has a leather chest plate and 4 wins already. And there's no way down to the surface except through the middle, but that's not an option now. The path is blocked, and the only way through is to fight. This will probably be my last PvP battle. I will give it my all, but let's just say I really hope that respawn thing is an option. The player walked towards me and I pulled out my best trick in the book.
Wow, a new stone sword player that knows how to critical hit? You might actually win this.
Come on, I just gotta land one more. Wait, what was that? How did you just hit me so many times?
It's called a PvP combo. You actually have to be good at PvP to do it. Now let's get this over with.
This guy was too good, but he also talked too much. I saw an opening and I took it. I jumped off into the center of the PvP marketplace, just barely catching myself at the bottom of the vines. It didn't look like the player was after me, but still, that was way too close. I didn't achieve my goal of getting a chest plate, but all I needed to do now was get back safely. Fortunately, I did that part successfully. Okay, now I'm just gonna take a break. I do not want to explore any more of PvP Civilization. I've got one piece of steak left, which should tie me over for a while. So, in the meantime, I will talk about my feelings. Alright, back again. Video journal log number 2 here, and a lot of unanswered questions about PvP Civilization.
I'm tired, Chad, if you couldn't tell. It's been, what, 14 hours? But we're only an hour shy. You have one hour left. 1 hour left. Yeah, watching this on my own is entirety. I would actually get depressed. We can make it. We can make it. I want to run it back a little bit. I think he ended up just running away. I did get a little bit, you know, off my rocker. But we are back to watching PvP Society. PvP Civilization. Thank you.
was way too close. I didn't achieve my goal of getting a chest plate, but all I needed to do now was get back safely. Fortunately, I did that part successfully. Okay, now I'm just gonna take a break. I do not want to explore any more of PvP Civilization. I've got one piece of steak left, which should tie me over for a while. So, in the meantime, I will talk about my feelings. Alright, back again. Video journal log number 2 here, and a lot of unanswered questions about PvP Civilization. Why are we here? How do we get out? Why are we forced to fight each other? And then there was that thing that guy just did to me. What was it called? A PvP combo? Yeah, I wonder what that's all about. How do I do one of those? Every day it just seems like I know less and less about the world. Oh man, there's just so much to wrap my head around. Oh, and don't even get me started about the PvP guards. What's up with them? I mean, can guards rank up themselves? How do you become a guard at level 2? And those doors that only they're allowed to open, where do those go? And why do guards accept bribes in the form of PvP attacks? I don't know how getting attacked by players helps them in any way. So that's just another thing that doesn't make any sense. And then there's the woman that lives across from me. Oh, talk about a complicated relationship. She's been a little distant lately, you know, winning PvP battles and trying to find the truth about this place. But I feel like we're gonna get married someday. I wonder if they sell engagement rings in PvP Civilization. Alright, that's enough of talking to myself. A lot of unknowns, a lot of unanswered questions, and no guarantee that I'll survive the next day. As of now, I have a little over 70 hits left of my sword to try to get to the next level. If I got an iron sword, who knows how long my life would be. But if I'm gonna rank up to an iron sword, I can't just stay in my room forever. I have to PvP. I fell asleep against the door of my room until I woke up from the sound of voices. Just outside my room, I could hear the PvP guard talking. All I heard was 1v1 and let's go, followed by the sound of people climbing down a ladder. If my suspicions were correct, the woman across from me was selected for a mandatory 1v1. Sure enough, I opened up my door to see that the woman's room was open. This was really bad. I don't care how good she is at PvP. If you get selected for a mandatory 1v1, only one person comes back alive. And if she gets matched up with someone that has a chest plate, she could be in huge trouble, which is why I have to try to help. I followed the guard into the next room, and sure enough, I was in the 1v1 arena at the stone level. Okay, I gotta try to get in here somehow.
Whoa, buddy, let me stop you right there. If you're looking for a 1v1, there's only 2 ways you can get up there. You either get selected for a mandatory 1v1, or you can buy a ticket.
A ticket, yes, perfect. That's exactly what I need. Do you have any on you?
swings.
How much does it cost?
Do you really think I look like a guy who sells tickets? No, I don't have any on me. You have to buy one from the PvP marketplace. They're kind of pricey though, just a heads up. You can find them at the top level.
The PvP marketplace. Okay, I'll be right back. I had to hurry. If I don't get this ticket in time, I might risk losing the one person I can trust in PvP Civilization. However, if I'm gonna have any chance at joining that fight, I need to win a fight of my own first. I got to the top where I saw the player with the chest plate standing directly over the armor stand I needed to get to. This was it. No running this time. I had to see this through till the end.
Well, looks like you've come back to give me my 5th win. Once I have my iron sword, I'll remember
It's time
to
to
thank
save the woman.
Alright, this is it. No time for caution. I can't hold anything back. I charged at the player and swung my sword. I didn't even know what I was doing. All I knew was that I had to win this fight. I managed to get it hidden without being touched, but just a second later, I lost the advantage and I was on the run. I climbed up above one of the armor stands and I was officially trapped. There was nowhere for me to run. I had one chance to win this fight and I was gonna have to make it count. As of now, I had the high ground advantage and the player was waiting for me to come down. Come on, if this is gonna work, I just have to land one attack. I kept running up to the edge, trying to make my opponent think I was gonna jump. But then I went for it. I jumped over the player, swinging my sword on the way down, and the player went flying off the edge. I looked down at the ground and the battle was over. By some miracle, I was still alive. Okay, there is a lot going through my head right now, but I do not have time to think about it. All I will say for now is I am lucky to be alive. I walked over to the armor stand where I could buy a 1v1 ticket. It costed 30 attacks and I had 65 left, but
50.
I just eliminated someone, so if I pick up their stone sword, I should get some back. 30 attacks later, the 1v1 ticket was in my possession. I was debating leaving the sword on the ground, but after buying one more piece of steak, I didn't have enough swings left with my sword to go into another fight. I needed this sword, and of course, it was stuck on top of a tree. Alright, double checking, there's no easy way up. Of course there's not. Looks like I have to go the hard way. I jumped off the lowest level of the PvP marketplace, taking a huge amount of damage. But I found the sword, and after it combined into my own, I gained 30 more attacks. I should say 24 more attacks, because now I have to go buy another piece of steak. I ran back to the 1v1 arena hoping there was still time. Okay, I have a 1v1 ticket.
Good for you. Once this 1v1's over, you can put the ticket into the dispenser and go on up.
What? No, I bought the ticket to go in now.
I didn't know this needed to be said, but this is a 1v1 arena, not a 1v1v1
Man, he's
arena.
stupid.
You can't go up until the fight's finished.
There's gotta be a way up there. Alright, didn't want to have to pull this out. What do you say you let me in now?
You really think you're gonna bribe me with PvP attacks? That's not gonna work, pal.
We'll see about that.
2 attacks? Alright, there might be a small chance I'm willing to accept a bribe.
How do you feel after 2 more attacks?
I feel like I am very much willing to take a bribe. Keep going.
Let's go, bribing always works.
Wait, 1 second.
Oh, am I good to go up now?
No, not yet. I just need to catch my breath. I got a little low on health there. Just wait a few seconds for me to get some hearts back.
Bro, what? This is like the longest bribe ever. Okay, look, I'm kind of on a time crunch. Are you good now?
Alright, I'm good. Continue.
I paid the guard 4 more attacks with my sword until he finally broke.
Thank you very much. I am now much closer to ranking up because of you. Alright, you can head on up.
Let's go. Thank you so much. Also, way to pull out a crazy lore drop at the end right there. I'll have to come back to that. I opened up the dispenser and dropped in my 1v1
Crazy
ticket.
lore
The door
drop.
blocking the ladder opened and I was free to go
What's
up.
going on?
Now I had to hope that
Honestly, I
wasn't
couldn't
too
tell
late.
you at this point. The guards are freaks. They be swinging their swords all over the place. The guards have a separate progression path than like the people with swords. The main character is delusional, thinking that he's in a relationship and she does not like him like that. I don't know how else to describe it.
That I still had time to save the woman who I owe everything to. Let's do this. The door opened up and I saw the woman and a player with a chestplate engaged in heavy battle. It's time to put an end to this. Don't worry, my love. I'm here to save you.
Say that again and I will actually jump off.
Yep, understood very clearly. Oh, what is wrong with me? Anyways, I'm here to help so we can both get out of here alive. The woman told me that she was out of food, so this was her last stand. Unfortunately, the other player showed no signs of running out of food. All right, well, what are we waiting for? It's 2 versus 1. Let's get this over with.
This guy is good. Play it smart.
You don't have to worry about me. With how good I've become, I bet I'm probably better than him.
No, you're definitely not.
Okay, way to boost my confidence going into the most important fight of our lives. It's whatever, we'll work on our teamwork skills after. But now, let's fight. The player with the chestplate charged at me. We both landed an attack on each other. Then, the woman came in to help, clearly doing a lot better than I was. But this player was extremely strong. Not only was his chestplate weakening our stone swords, but him constantly being at full hunger means he's been regenerating health this entire fight. This fight was getting too close. I ran up and swung my sword too early, letting the player get a critical hit on me. I watched as the woman went in for another attack, but she got hit herself. This battle was falling apart. I was at 1 heart, and I could tell the woman was probably 1 hit away from dying too. But the player hasn't approached either one of us yet, leading me to believe that he was also very low. At this point in the fight, I knew it was unlikely that both the woman and I make it out alive, which is why I have to take a stand. If I can get 1 more hit on the player before dying, I think the woman will be able to win. So that's what I'm gonna do. I charged the player swinging my sword and somehow hit the player twice in a row. I don't know how I did it, but within a matter of seconds, the player was gone, and there was nothing left except the stone sword on the ground to collect. We won the fight. Did I actually just learn how to do a PvP combo? That was insane. I was only trying to hit the player once, I'm not gonna lie. All right, well, let's get out of here. Wait, what's going on? The battle was over, and both doors were still sealed shut, and that's when I got a grasp of the situation. This was the 1v1 arena, and those doors will never open until 1 player remains standing. That means from the beginning, only one of us was gonna be able to come out alive, and I already knew who the person leaving would be. I shouldn't even be alive. I'm not a guy who has the PvP skill to survive in this place. If I left this arena, I don't even know if I would make it till tomorrow. But you have the PvP skills to survive this place, which is why you have to be the one to leave.
How confident are you with your ability to come back to life?
What?
You said you died and came back. Can you do it again?
I don't even know. I mean, the
Well, she
armor
just wants to
stand
kill
thing
him,
is
which
just
honestly,
a theory,
I
and there's
respect.
no way to know if that's true or not. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. You have to be the one to leave this place. And if this is my last life, well, I have no regrets about coming here, because I know you'll make it out of PvP civilization one day.
Hopefully, I see you again.
Yeah, well, I'm willing to accept the fact that this could be the end of my story. And what better way to end a story than a true love's kiss?
Just kill him.
No.
All right, worth a shot.
W.
If someone could respawn in PvP Civilization, they could be the most powerful player to ever exist. So why was I given this power? It will never make sense to me how a single armor stand upon a pedestal is the difference between life and death. And I might never know why I'm the one player who gets more chances at life, while the other players who are better at
let me
PvP
guess.
with
Let me guess. The room that he's in was the room that the current PvP god was in when he first started. And so in order to like help out one of the lower players, he put this armor stand in the wood sword area, right? Because it's kind of like helping himself out when he first started. PvP god is a cookie skin again, yeah.
more talent, more skill, have to risk their one and only life fighting for a cause that they don't even know. Everything I've learned leads me to believe that this armor stand being in my room was a mistake. I shouldn't be the one with this power, it should be somebody else. But there's nothing I can do about it now. The power is mine to use, and I'm gonna use it to figure out the truth about PvP Civilization. No matter how many times I die, if I keep coming back, I'll eventually make it to the bottom. And who knows, maybe I might just get pretty good at PvP along the way.
Let's go. Time to PvP.
Alright, here we go. It's time to escape PvP Civilization. And I know just how I'm gonna do it.
Let's make this easy. Just give me one PvP attack and I will leave. Please don't talk to me.
In PvP Civilization, if you don't pay your daily attack to the guards, it can cost you your life, which is what I'm looking for. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna pay today.
Oh, and you started talking again. Of course. Alright, buddy. You know what's gonna happen if you don't pay your attack, right? Because I can promise you, a fight with a PvP guard is a fight you have no chance of winning.
Oh yeah, I understand. I just don't feel like giving you an attack today.
Listen, buddy, this isn't a joke. Unless you're prepared for your life to end, pay an attack.
He's like,
Yes,
please.
sir.
He's like, please, please. He's begging for it.
I am prepared for my life to end right now. Wait, am I? 56 attacks left? Okay, nope, I'm definitely not ready. Just give me a second, I'll be right back. Oh, I can't believe I forgot to do the only thing that's keeping me alive. As far as I know, I'm the only one in PvP Civilization with this armor stand. And as long as I hit the armor stand 3 times, I'll come back to life. I don't know why I was given this power, but I do know that I'm gonna use it to escape this place, which is why I'm doing this. All right, I'm ready. I've never seen anyone die by a PvP guard, but I now know it is possible. Lucky for me, dying was a part of my plan. This PvP guard didn't believe my story before about dying and coming back to life, which is why I have to convince him. Nice work, man.
Whoa, what in the... How are you... You just died right there.
I already told you I have the power to come back to life. So, once you're done wrapping your head around that, I'm gonna need your help, because I'm getting out of PvP Civilization.
This whole time you were telling the truth about coming back to life, huh? Man, I can't believe this. Wait, does that mean you actually have a girlfriend too?
That's what I've been trying to tell you, except I am starting to think the relationship might be a little one-sided, considering she was the one who caused my death, and she didn't seem too hesitant about it. We'll discuss our relationship status when I see her again. Anyways, there's 5 levels to PvP Civilization, and I've only managed to make it to level 2.
So, can't you just keep dying until you get to the
What's her
bottom
name?
level?
The woman.
Well, yeah, it's probably gonna turn out that way.
If that's the case, then what do you need my help for?
I need you to be there to open the doors when I rank up. I can't have all of the other guards seeing me respawn over and over again. The less people that know about my power, the better. And since we're pretty close, I trust you.
Whoa, what do you think you're doing? Look, I've been very open about not liking you, but you need to chill.
Relax, I'm helping you rank up to be a guard at level 2. At least I think I'm helping. I hit the PvP guard 2 more times, and all of a sudden, his helmet broke.
Well, would you look at that? My helmet's gone. I guess I can rank up now too.
Okay, just like I thought. When a guard's helmet breaks, they can rank up. That's why they're so willing to take extra hits from players. Okay, well, I don't know if you have any other plans today, but I'm ranking up right now, so I kinda need you to be there. I climbed down the ladder and made my way towards the wall, where I would rank up
Also,
to
why
a
is the guard
stone
acting
sword.
like he doesn't know this? He's the person who's asking for extra hits. Okay, no, he's a freak. If the guard was just like, oh, he didn't know about the rank up system, he would just take extra hits just to take them? Just cuz? He's just a freak. He didn't know about it. Sure.
for the third time in my life. Hopefully, this time will be the last. I said goodbye to the guard as he made his way over to, well, wherever they rank up through. Hopefully, he'll be there to get me on the second level. And I made my way over to the red gate, the one place you can go in PvP Civilization to increase your lifespan. As of now, my life is only as long as the amount of hits I have left with my wooden sword, which is only 59. But getting a stone sword increases your lifespan to 131 hits, which is why I need to go deeper in PvP Civilization. Who knows how long you can live if you have an iron sword? You could probably buy whatever you want down there without worrying about your sword breaking. Speaking of, I actually do need to buy something before level 2, and that is a leather chest plate. Except I can't go to level 2 with a boring leather chest plate. I gotta get the green one. 5 extra attacks for added style? Yes, please. This leather chest plate would be the key to ranking up to an iron sword. I need to win 5 PvP battles to get to level 3, and having this chest plate is the best chance to guarantee my survival. But at the end of the day, it's not about the armor you wear. It's about your PvP skill. And if I'm not good enough to get 5 wins, well, then I'll just keep respawning until I do. Because I'm gonna get out of PvP Civilization. I jumped down into the water and I was now at level 2. Alright, time to see if the PvP guard will uphold his end of the deal. I'm not gonna lie, I feel like this PvP guard doesn't like me too much. Let's see, he bet on me to die, he basically called me unattractive, and he said I have an insane amount of plot armor, whatever that means.
True.
Wait, why did I trust this guy? I waited at the door for a PvP guard to show up, and finally, the door opened.
Check this out. I'm officially a stone sword guard now. You know, you might be weird and have no friends, but I gotta give you credit for helping me out.
Okay, once again, that was unnecessary, but it doesn't matter. Let's go. This was my...
Hear me out. Nah, it's fine. I was gonna say what if I end stream, but like it's
my
40
second
minutes.
time
We'll
making
push
it to
through.
level 2, and I was already
Why
off to a
not?
better start. I had a chest plate,
Yeah,
and
40
I had
minutes.
a guard on the inside who I could trust. At least I think so. Hey, what's behind this door right here? If you got me in there, there could be a shortcut to the bottom of PvP Civilization.
That would be a terrible idea. With the amount of guards in there, there's no chance you make it out alive going in there.
Okay, that could be a valid excuse, or the creator of this place has nothing built behind there and they're stalling for another episode. Alright, let's run this back. I made it back to the stone sword level of
That's
PvP
funny.
Civilization, and this time I
Self-awareness.
wasn't gonna die at this level. Okay, actually I should not say that, but point is I'm making it further this time. If I can just get the woman's help, we can get out of here and she's
The
gone.
woman's.
Well, that's just great. I am on my own. But you know what's not gone? My video journal machine. It's been a while since I've made an update. I should probably get back to that. I walked over and looked at the sign on the wall. I had 2 wins at the stone sword level of PvP Civilization, and I would need 3 more to rank up to an iron sword. As of now, I have 106 attacks left with my sword to get another victory. And over 100 attacks should be plenty to defeat an enemy. I mean, at least I hope so. If I can't defeat someone in over 100 attacks, I probably don't deserve to be here. Alright, it's time to fight so I can get to the bottom of PvP Civilization. My first plan is to go over to the
Double
PvP
entendre.
marketplace. If I'm gonna find someone, it's probably gonna be here. No way. This stage just got so much better. Not for that guy, but for me. Let's go. So, good to see you again.
Looks like you can come back to life. Sorry about before.
No need to apologize. It was the obvious choice to make. I had to be the one to die. But anyways, I really think we should talk about things between me and you and our relationship.
The day you and I end up in a relationship will be the day my sword breaks, which means I'll be dead, so it's never happening.
Well, gotta respect the honesty. Look, all I'm saying is we live in a world where everyone is constantly fighting. So what if the solution is love? Yep, okay, I knew that didn't make any sense. Well, it looks like true love might not exist in PvP Civilization after all. Next video journal's gonna be sad.
Can you stop talking? Let's go.
Sorry, I thought you were just gonna keep walking. After facing the tough truth that I was single in PvP Civilization, we made it back up and went into the woman's room. I walked over and looked
woman's.
at the sign on the wall.
Just give her a
No
name.
way, you already have 5 PvP victories? That's insane. You can rank up to become an iron sword. So what are you doing here still?
You have a power that can help us both, so get your 5 wins because from here on out, ranking up as a team is the best way to survive.
Alright, well, that I can do. I just need 3 more wins, but don't worry, I'll get right on it. Let's go. We got a lot of important stuff coming up in this adventure, so before I do anything, I have to update the video journal. Alright, we are back at level 2 of PvP Civilization. I got a chestplate this time, so I'm already off to a better start. That is physically, at least. Emotionally, I don't know if I'm doing that good. I just found out that the love of my life isn't the love of my life. So that's always hard to hear, but what can you do?
What are you doing? I told you to get your 5 wins, not talk about being single.
I know, I will. Can I just finish this video journal, please?
I can't believe I have this joke for a teammate.
Okay, well, on that note, it looks like I'm being pressured to wrap this up, so let's get back to business. I need 3 more PvP wins to rank up to an Iron Sword. Now, I'm not the greatest at PvP, but I think I have a couple tricks up my sleeve that could get me these victories. Alright, until next time, signing off. Alright, there's gotta be someone in here. Let's just hope this works. Hello?
Who's there?
Pizza delivery.
I didn't order a pizza.
Are you sure? I'm pretty sure I have the right room. Alright, this is definitely not gonna work.
Okay, I did order a pizza. Just leave it at the door, please.
No way it actually worked. Okay, I left the pizza here. I'm leaving now. Alright, time to PvP.
Did you take my pizza?
Yeah, there's no pizza. Sorry, what even are you? Are you a rock?
My name's Gonk.
Alright, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't think this conversation would go on for this long, so I'm here to fight. I tried to ignore the fact that I was fighting a literal rock and tried to focus on not dying. Luckily, my chestplate gave me just enough protection to survive the battle. I earned my 3rd victory, and the durability of my stone sword
you got a
went back
name,
up
his name's
to
Rock.
full. Just 2 more victories to go, except before I can go in.
Gonk? Is that what he said? I thought it said rock. Nick's is squeaking so I can't hear him.
Gonk.
Alright,
Oh, no, it is Gonk. You're right. It is Gonk.
I didn't think this conversation would go on for this long, so I'm here to fight.
Now
I
Gonk's
tried
dead.
to ignore the fact that I was fighting a literal
Rest in peace,
rock
Gonk.
and tried to focus on not dying. Luckily, my chestplate gave me just enough protection to survive the battle. I earned my 3rd victory, and the durability of my stone sword went back up to full. Just 2 more victories to go, except before I
Rip
can go
Gonk.
into another fight, I need to get food from the PvP marketplace. Surprisingly, I came back from the PvP marketplace with only food. For once in my life, I didn't buy every unnecessary thing there is to buy. I think it's safe to say that my shopping addiction is getting better. Now, I need to find someone else to battle.
Excuse me?
Oh no, please don't have a chest plate.
Hey, look, I don't want to fight. I'm just looking for my friend Conk. Have you seen him?
Oh, this is gonna be weird.
We both just ranked up. He lives right across from me.
Yeah, I don't know if I've seen him, but hey, if you show me a picture of him, I could probably help you find him.
He's a rock. He looks just like this.
Okay, so your friend, this Conk guy who I've never met, is a
Conk.
rock. I mean, I feel like I need to ask the obvious
Not
question,
Gonk.
but how can you be sure this isn't him?
Well, yes, but no, that's not him. He's like a person.
I don't know. I mean, if you ask me, this looks like it could be him.
Conk's not around anymore, is he?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, he's not around anymore. Alright, well, cameo's over. Time to fight. My second battle
Oh,
of the
it's
day
cameo.
had begun. This time, I felt much stronger in the battle, and I managed to win the fight with 5.5 hearts left. I had 4 wins
Rip.
under my belt, and I only needed 1 more to rank up. Let's go. Let's get this 5th win and rank up to an Iron Sword. Wait, what the? At that moment, I realized I picked the wrong person to fight for my 5th victory. But the good news is I am practically immortal in PvP Civilization, so I can always try again. Man, those were some good combos you had in that fight.
What the? I just defeated you. How are you back?
I really don't know. Hopefully I'll get the answer at the end of the story, though. 2 hits later, I had my 5th victory as a stone sword. Just a little bit ago, I thought I would never be able to get 5 victories. But now I'm here. I can't believe this. We're actually gonna get to level 3 of PvP Civilization.
Well then, let's get going. There's no time to waste.
You are absolutely right. There's no time to waste, which is why we need to update the video journal right now.
Okay.
This time, it's not gonna be me doing the update. It's gonna be you.
Are you
LOL.
serious? I just said we don't have time to waste. I'm not doing this.
Look, we don't know what's gonna happen at level 3. This might be your last chance ever to do a video journal update.
Fine.
All right, just say your thoughts and your feelings.
I think that this machine is a complete waste of money, and I think no one wants to hear every single thought you have at any given moment.
Not bad. You just gotta add an intro next time, like, hey, what's up?
This is ridiculous. I'm not doing this anymore. If you're still talking in 30 seconds, I'm sending you back to level 1.
Aw, man. Well, at least we got something out of her. All right, I guess I'm down to 30 seconds. Both the woman and I are about to rank up to become Iron Swords in PvP Civilization. We know nothing about what life is like on the layer below us. It's only a matter of time before we find out how long Iron Swords can live for. The thing is that I'm gonna be the one to find out first because I'm going in alone. Both the woman and I agreed that since I have the ability to come back to life, I should be the one to go in alone, and if I'm not back in 5 minutes, she'll rank up herself. But if things go poorly, which I'm not gonna lie, things usually don't go as planned here, I can come back to life and both the woman and I can rank up together so we can face whatever threat lies beyond this door. Alright, well, that's the plan. Hopefully a video journal machine exists at level 3.
Wait, why didn't
because-
you just always wait for him to come back, right? Because if he goes through, it's successful, and he inevitably dies, he'll come back and say, it worked, it's fine, let's go in together. If he goes in and then immediately dies, and you just go in immediately after, he could have faced some challenge or issue that he could have warned you about, but you went in after 5 minutes and he's still in the first room. Right, so it would just only make sense to just wait for him to come back and tell you regardless, because he can't die. So he will come back and tell you something at some point. Theoretically speaking.
I need to make more updates. Signing off. I walked into the hallway that looked exactly like the hallway at level 1, except this time the entry was made with white concrete, and I knew exactly what that meant. I walked through the doors and my stone sword transformed into an iron sword. This was the beginning of an entirely new life in PvP Civilization. Okay, it looks like there are things to buy here before going to level 3. I just gotta remind myself that every swing of my sword counts. I just have to be smart. I walked over to the hole in the middle of the room. Once I jump down, I'll be at level 3, and there's no coming back. That is, unless I die, but I kinda don't want that to be the new norm. I went over to the armor stands to see what items were available to buy. An iron chestplate for 50 attacks? That seems expensive, but how many attacks do I even have? I swung at the armor stand once and looked down at my sword to see that my life was now 250 attacks long. This is insane. I bought a chestplate for 50 attacks,
Bro,
and my life is
you could just shop around first. Just look and see what else exists.
still 200 PvP attacks long. Oh man, imagine how long people live for at level 4 or even level 5. All right, what do we got over here? Green iron chestplate. Oh, okay. I'm definitely already making a bad decision. Let me do the math. 200 minus 75. It doesn't matter. I'm buying it anyways. Let's go. Look, I'm not proud of these purchases, but committing to the Evbo brand and always wearing green is very important to me. Unfortunately, me buying multiple chestplates kind of opened the gates to buy more stuff. A water bucket sounds cool. A flint and steel also sounds very cool. The toughest decision I've ever had to make in my life. A video journal machine or a PvP mansion. Okay, I've decided. I'm getting the PvP mansion. I'll go back and get a new video journal machine and then and my brand new iron sword already broke. Man, how does that happen so fast? Okay, my excuse is I died in a very intense PvP battle.
Look, buddy, you keep dying every 5 minutes. I'm gonna have to rethink our arrangement.
Look, I'm trying, man, okay? Conditions are tough at level 3. I mean, you've never been there. You wouldn't know.
Please just get better.
Sorry, I'll try to die less. Hey, hold up. Random question. Are we friends?
No. What on earth would make you think we're friends? I literally only care about ranking up, and you happen to be the best option.
I guess I can live with that. I'm just trying to figure out if the woman and I are friends.
The
I don't
woman.
even know what makes a friend, to be honest.
Well, for starters, friends usually know each other's names. Why would we be friends? You don't.
Thank you. I'm so glad that somebody in this stupid story calls out that it's weird that he keeps calling her the woman.
Even know my name.
Whoa. That goes both ways. You don't even know my name and you've never asked.
Your name is Evbo. You literally have a floating name tag above your head.
People can see that? Weird, I guess. It's kind of like this entire thing revolves around me. All right, well, thanks for that. Maybe I'll ask you your name sometime in the future. But right now, I have some serious explaining to do. Let's see how this goes. Okay, I'm just gonna lay everything out there. I don't want to hold anything
I do like
back.
that it's semi-self-aware at the very least. Like, it's written with like comedy in mind, and it's not unfunny. You know? Honestly, SNL could never. SNL is so much worse than this.
Back. I don't want to scare you. It's very dangerous. There are a lot of enemies behind the wall.
So that means you bought a bunch of stuff you didn't need and broke your sword, right?
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. I mean, I wasn't lying. In my case, armor stands are dangerous. After my first run, I lost my privilege to get an iron sword by myself. So this time, I'm going with the woman. I'm a little scared because she's personally overseeing everything that I buy before level 3, but in all honesty, I probably need the supervision. Both of us now had iron swords in our hands, and we were ready to go to the next level of PvP Civilization. The woman decided to get herself an iron chestplate, which makes sense considering this is her one and only life. However, my request request to get a green iron chestplate again was denied, with the potential punishment being death by the woman's sword, so that was off the table. Look, just think
The
about it.
woman's
If it's
sword.
100 attacks, it has to be awesome.
This isn't just affecting your life, you know. We need to survive, and a PvP mansion doesn't help with that.
I don't know. I mean, one might argue that a PvP mansion could help us survive. Okay. I'm not gonna get it. I promise I'm not gonna get it.
Out of all the people it could have been, the power of immortality went to the shopping addict.
All right, level 3. Here we go. Whenever you're ready, you jump. I'll be right behind you.
When we get to the bottom, be ready to fight. Let's go.
Okay, she can't come back up. Now it's time to get my video journal machine. I promised I wouldn't get the mansion, but to live in PvP civilization without the video journal machine, I would rather die. All right, now I'm ready for real. My life as an iron sword in PvP civilization starts now. I jumped into the hole and landed in a giant pool of water, just like at the stone sword level. All right, no enemies, no people with iron swords. That's a good sign.
Do I need to ask why it took you an extra 30 seconds to get down here?
No, you don't need to. I mean, you can. You're just not gonna get an answer you like.
The fact that I could have died over a video journal machine is ridiculous.
Trust me, once you see the videos that come out later about my life in PvP civilization, you'll understand the vision. We walked to the end of the tunnel, but something was different about this level. There were no PvP guard doors blocking the way out. The path was open, and we were free to go on through into civilization. Okay, well, no point in waiting any longer. I followed the woman until we got to the ladder at the end of the tunnel. The door was open, and we stepped in to level 3 of PvP civilization. Everywhere I looked, there were trees that I've never seen before, and the walls of PvP civilization were filled in with white
Why are there
rocks,
trees? It's
letting
not like
us
they cut anything down. You know, it's not like they do any foraging or anything.
know that we had made it to the iron sword level. So what now? There's no PvP guards anywhere. All of a sudden, both the woman and I were ambushed by a player with an iron sword. But after hitting us both one time, the player just left. What just happened? Am I crazy, or did that person just speak with sword noises? I am so confused.
I apologize for him. He was just testing to see if either one of you were the chosen one. But the legends say that the chosen one is too powerful to be touched by a sword. So I guess that rules the both of you out.
Okay, what is going on? If you're looking for a fight, just remember it's a 2v1. So I would think carefully about what you're gonna do.
Relax. The iron swords of PvP civilization don't fight. This is a level of peace. You two are safe and are free to live long lives here.
Wait, the
W.
iron sword people don't?
Communism. Zeal9, thank you for the 5 gifted subs. Much appreciated.
Fight? Okay, wait, why did that guy sound like a sword?
That guy speaks PvP. It's hard to understand.
Did I just hear that right?
I suggest you both claim a house for yourselves, and if you have any questions at all, feel free to visit
Oh,
my
this is such
mansion and we
democracy.
can talk.
And with
No,
that, the
it's
mysterious player
communism.
ran away, leaving us to
Everything
question
is
everything he
communism.
just told us. Okay, that was a lot of information, but I can tell we're thinking the exact same thing. How do we learn how to speak PvP?
What? No? More
Yeah,
like
see, rich
who
versus
or
poor
what
Civ.
is the chosen one?
I tried to start watching it. It got a little bit boring. But maybe I'll try it again. Maybe we'll do that next stream. In the same way that we're going to finish this video next stream. That's right, chat. I'm calling it. I'm calling it. To be entirely fair, we already hit 36 hours since I first started yesterday morning. And it's 9 o'clock. We need a name. We're never going to find out what her name is, chat. We will never find out what your name is. You're so close. I legitimately cannot. I'm tired. Honestly. Yeah, no, I'm just tired. I do need to sleep. I did 15 hours yesterday. 14 hours today. I'm so locked in. I'm the opposite of locked in. Jackie Raid. Jackie, thank you for the raid. We've come at an interesting time. And Anonymous Gifted, thank you for the gifted subs. 5 gifted subs, actually. I hope you had a good stream. Swoogity Bird, thank you for the gifted sub as well.
Sweeterty_Bird gifted a tier 1 sub to Carla
Much
Trusis.
appreciated. We're watching a PvP Civilization. I gotta feed my dog. She's probably mad at me right now. And I'm tired. We did 14 hours today. 15 hours yesterday for my birthday. Um, I still don't know why I committed to this. It literally does not really like. I don't think there was like much that I was just like, yeah, we needed to do 30 hours the last 36 hours for, you know. But I mean, I did it, and I'm tired, so I'm probably gonna go to sleep and wake up late tomorrow. But collabs are coming. I have some planned. So you're gonna see me play games with some cool people soon. Yeah, you don't have work tomorrow. I do, but it's later. Probably a 30-hour stream. As well past due. Is the cool people me? I don't think so. Unless I'm mistaken. Gaming? It is gaming. I gamed today. Alright, you got your gaming. But you also gonna get my tiredness. It's the woman from the video. Indeed. It is the woman from the video. Regardless, I am tired. And when the number went up, okay, it should not have done that. I turned the subathon thing off. Did you ever get Digimon Time Stranger? I did not get it. Oh, I didn't save it. I didn't click the save button. That's why it kept going up. I thought I turned it off so it stopped going up like 2 hours ago. That's why I was confused. It went into not. I was supposed to be done by 8. I didn't click the save button. You know what? If it makes you feel better, you're like, I really wanted to. Oh, I also didn't publish it either. Or why does he keep doing that? I just pretend like I hit 0. You know what I mean? Here. Boom. Let's all just play. Let's all just play pretend. We did it. Because it's supposed to be capped at 36 hours from when I started yesterday. I started at 6 o'clock yesterday, a.m. So 24 hours at 6 a.m. today. 36 hours would be 6 p.m. today. And now I'm like 3 hours past that. So it's been like 39 hours. Gosh freaking darn it. Anyway, it's fine. I'm still gonna call it though. I may finish this on stream. I may watch it on my own because I am intrigued by it. But that is my take. Apparently, there's still more Streamer Wars drama stuff going on. So we'll get into that a little bit. Ooh, okay. I'll save this for tomorrow. I'll save it for tomorrow. There's more stuff. There's always stuff happening. Oh, there's always stuff happening. Also, people are yelling at Markiplier for apparently cheating at FNAF. Can you break the cards before we leave? There's no way. no way I can go through birthday cards. But I will do it tomorrow. Or the next stream that I do. If it's not tomorrow. So if you have not gotten one in, it's still time to do it. Not FNAF, how could he? That's what I'm saying. Anyway, I have to call it. I do have to call it. Thank you all for watching. Much appreciated. I've said my piece. And I've been live for so very freaking long. For so very long. But yeah, in conclusion, also because you posted it, I can leak a little bit. One of the collaborations is we'll be playing Valorant with Jalon on the 25th. It'll be a night stream, so if you're in the EU, F you, I guess. But if you're in the Americas, we'll be doing Valorant on the 25th. So look out for that. You have a few more things going on as well. Rip Hippie Dog. Honestly, deserved. I have too many EU chatters. They've grown too comfortable and too complacent. I'm telling you, this is my year of collabs. You're gonna see me on freaking Broadway or whatever. I don't know. I'm tired. Yeah. Any final thoughts? Very soon? Maybe. Maybe. I also don't know where my dog is. I gotta go feed her. Where's my music at? What a funny song to end with. If you're sharing a video with us, rest well. I will be resting. We should do again about what the woman's name is. I still don't think she gets a name. I think she'll just be the woman. You know? But that's it. But if that's it, and that's all. I'll see y'all later. This is my final thoughts. What is it? I don't know what that final thought is, but you need better final thoughts. Guys on the level up day. Thank you. All right. Adios, chat. Hold on. Yeah.